Tonight, Coach Ron Myers leads his Soquel Knights, spearheaded by bruising running back Fabiano Hale, down the road to battle Aptos in a stingy Mariner defense, aided by a multi-pronged rushing attack. It's the game of the week, Soquel and Aptos, coming up on CTV Sports. Good evening and welcome to Trevin Dilfer Field on the campus of Aptos High School for an SCCAL matchup between the Soquel Knights and the Aptos Mariners. Here with the coach, Kurt Edwards. My name is Tim Swartz, and Kurt, for both these teams, just a small drive and a bit of rivalry.
It is. They've seen each other a number of times. Soquel's got the upper hand, winning 23 of the contest. Aptos winning 18. We've got one tie, folks. This game's going to be on the ground, on the ground, on the ground, and by the way, if I haven't said it, on the ground. As we look at the latest results for both these teams, we actually saw Soquel. It was prior to a bye week, and they faced Scotts Valley right here on CTV. They did that, and Scotts Valley had their way with them. They had to come back in the fourth quarter to do that one. Then they had a bye. Now the Mariners on the other hand, they just got through with Scotts Valley, and they took Scotts Valley, able to come through with a couple of turnovers, keep that passing attack that the Falcons do have under wraps. So, you know, they've seen a common opponent. They've got an idea what they're going to do. We talk about these two teams, their rushing attacks are very potent, but on one side, it's one guy who carries the load. On the other side, we were talking with Aptos coach Blankenship. They got about 10 guys that are going to carry the load. They got like 5 different combinations that they could possibly throw at you. And Randy says, you're not going to see all 5. And I said, great, I can't pronounce their names anyways. But hey, with Soquel, it's going to be Hale left, Hale right, and occasionally Dalton one side or the other. But Riggs Powell, the quarterback for the Aptos Mariners, he's going to be one of those guys that we're going to have to watch tonight. Should be a lot of fun. A battle between two teams that have to go one exit down I-1 to face each other. Soquel and Aptos coming up next in the game of the week on CTV Sports. Soquel and Aptos about ready to get started here on CTV Sports. It's a presentation of Community Television of Santa Cruz County, a nonprofit membership organization serving county residents by providing education and tools to access media. Visit us at communitytv.org. This CTV presentation is made possible in part by the generous support of Cruz.io Internet, Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, a co-location data center, and flexible workspaces with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com. Santa Cruz Diner, where you'll always find great food at a reasonable price. Family owned and operated since 1998, Santa Cruz Diner is kid-friendly and offers a wide selection of traditional and vegan items. Their great staff and comfortable eating environment will make you feel right at home. Featured on the Food Channel, easy to find on Ocean Street in Santa Cruz, on the web at santacruzdiner.com. Great food, priced right at the Santa Cruz Diner. And by Benson Masonry, specializing in all forms of residential and commercial stone masonry, including fireplaces, retaining walls, block foundations, and decorative patios. Benson Masonry, 479-9636. Stone masonry specialist serving Santa Cruz County since 1981. So it's a big matchup between these two teams, and we start out, as we bring in the coach, Kurt Edwards, with Ron Myers and his coach's keys.
Yeah, Ron Myers is looking at it this way. Contain number 10, that's Riggs Powell, the mighty quarterback, and he also needs to avoid the costly turnovers.
That's going to be a lot of fun for us. We're real similar in a lot of ways defensively and the wing, running a wing offense and all that. So I expect a real dogfight. That should be just another great game for the schedule. I'm glad you picked that one.
And we are glad to be here with Coach Myers. We saw him face Scotts Valley. It was a very good game we had 2 weeks ago. On the other side, as we look for Coach Blankenship and his keys to this one.
Well, Randy says we're going to have to dominate the line of scrimmage in a running game. That's what you want to do. Block hard, fake well, and, of course, all 11 guys run to the football.
Every one of our league games is huge because of what happened to us in the offseason. So playing at home, we like that. And Soquel, they're a grinded out team. They've got one heck of a linebacker, running back there, but our key is we want to see if anybody can match up with our offensive and defensive line, because I think we've got some men down there.
So we hear from Coach Blankenship, and we talked to him before this game. We alluded to it in our open. It's going to be hard on the Soquel defense. It's going to be hard for the people here who are trying to follow the game with the program. It's going to be hard for us to find out who's running the ball because they have so many different guys. So we're going to go down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Daniel James Howell, who is standing by on the fields.
So far this season on CTV Sports, we've seen successful teams win with the run game. Tonight will be no different as we see two teams that possess potent running attacks. Soquel has a true star in running back Fabiano Hale, who has the strength to run through arm tackles and the speed to run away from defenders in the secondary. Also, Travis Dalton possesses big pop for a running back his size and will look to break big runs down the outside when openings appear. For Aptos, Philip Rojas will do the hard running inside, and Riggs Powell will look to break big runs down the outside when the pocket collapses. Also, don't sleep on the Mariners' passing game because Powell has a cannon for an arm. Successful run games are made at the line of scrimmage. Tonight, the battle in the trenches will be key. Aptos has great players on both sides of the line, and look for them to wear down the Knights as the game goes on. Now, back up to the booth with Tim Schwartz and Kurt Edwards.
Thank you very much, Mr. Howell, as we see the warm-ups at the beautiful fields, Trevin Dilfer Field here in Aptos.
Just a great facility that's taken a long year in the making. A lot of fundraising all the way around to do it. So it gives you an idea of some of the really cool. There's our referees, and it's the same old crew that we have seen before. There's Bill Bunner, Graham Besserman, Debbie Johnson, Alex Gonzalez, and Chris Stathis. Now, of those ones, Alex, of course, played football for me, so that's where he got all of his football knowledge.
So we'll take a look at the SCCAL standings. I'll tell you for the referee standings, Bill Bunner leads the league in camera time. He's our third game.
Yeah.
But we look at the top, and this is a pivotal game for both these teams. Aptos is 2-0. On the other side, Soquel is 0-1. But if you beat Aptos, they have a game left with Santa Cruz. They still control their own destiny, despite the fact they're 1.5 games behind Aptos earlier in the season.
Well, they do control their own destiny, and this is a huge game all the way around. Now, last year when these two teams played, Aptos beat Soquel 26-6. So now that Soquel wants to come back and do something against them. And in the overall that we've got right now, Aptos 5-1, Santa Cruz 5-1, San Lorenzo Valley, who is 3-3, Scotts Valley 4-2, Harbor 1-4, Soquel 2-3, and then St. Francis 2-4. The power polls is great. You can see Aptos, it was 3 last week, it's bounced up to number 1 with their victory over Scotts Valley, Monte Vista, Scotts Valley, and you can see Soquel number 5, SLV, Watsonville, Pajaro Valley, St. Francis, and Harbor run down the top 10 in the Sentinel poll.
And Monte Vista Christian is in a different league, so they will not be facing Aptos, so we won't have that matchup between 1 and 2 on the power poll. And for Soquel, Fabiano Hale is really the guy to look out for, and we'll see what Fabiano can do against a very big and very good Aptos Mariners defense. Coming up next on our Game of the Week, Soquel and Aptos. Kickoff coming up. Back here at Aptos High School, the Aptos Mariners and the Soquel Knights at Trevin Dilfer Field. Taking the field, an excellent rendition of the national anthem in the books. And we are ready here for some football. With the coach, Kurt Edwards, I'm Tim Schwartz. And Kurt, one final thought before we get into the starting lineups in the opening kickoff. We look at these two teams. What do you think as a neutral observer? We heard what the coaches' keys are. What's your neutral observer key to the game?
Well, it's going to be run absolutely in the trenches, so the domination on the offensive line or whatever side of the ball you happen to be on is going to be key. Both defenses run similar offenses, both teams run similar offenses, so it's just going to be a simple blocking and tackling. those are your two keys. I mean, it sounds overly simple, but that's going to be it. If you can't tackle these running backs, it's going to be a long day in the trench for the defense.
And I think you bring up a good point, especially on the high school level. Tackling can be the difference between a loss and a win. We saw when we were talking about Fabiano Helm, specifically when Daniel was talking about Fabiano Helm, we saw the highlights from the Scotts Valley game. If he's in the open field, nobody's going to catch him.
No, he's got tremendous breakaway speed, and he's just one of those types of kids that he can hit the hole very quickly. The key to both of these offenses, they run a double wing and a wing T. They love to run the sweeps, and they cut it up. It's angle block, so they're not going to really go head on, and it's not the old I formation, blast you right ahead with these big 300-pound linemen. Neither one of these clubs have those types of linemen. But it's just going to be, can you get your hands on them, wrap them up, pick them up, get them off the feet, and take them to the turf?
The Aptos Mariners will receive the opening kickoff. And deep for Aptos is Antonio Andrade. Here is the kickoff from Soquel. It's a short one up to the left side at the 30-yard line. And up men, it's Marta who runs sideways for a while and gains 4 yards, and that'll bring out this Aptos offense. We talked to Coach Randy Blankenship, and among other little tidbits he gave us, he has a rushing attack, which is almost like a hockey lineup in terms of the different lines we'll see. Riggs Powell will almost always be the quarterback. Rojas is the bruising back. He'll line up behind Powell in the first play of the game, and Rojas does get it, slices through the line, and he's taken down after a gain of 7.
Now Rojas doing a good job. You can see quickly to the line of scrimmage. Don't let the Soquel defense get set all that quickly. Here comes your change of personnel. They're going to be coming in and out, and fast and furious. Randy Blankenship likes an up-tempo style of offense, and he's got one.
It's a sweep around the left side. A lot of room to run to the 50-yard line. It's already a foot race. Down the sidelines, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 60 yards for the Aptos Mariners. Tyler Morgan, another one of those running backs who just kind of is part of the rotation, was not one of the listed starters, and Morgan gets into the end zone with an extra flag, probably for that late tackle. 60 yards, early lead for the Mariners.
Now he got away. It's a sweep, which is what the wing T is famous for. Fake everything inside in the blocking patterns. You're going to block the gap, the person inside that gap, then whoever is right in front of you, and then you continue to just block down the field. Let's see what the referee, Bill Bunner, is going to have to say for us.
A late hit.
After the score, we had a horse collar penalty. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, so at the end of that run, once again, it was Tyler Morgan who went all the way down the fields. It was a horse collar penalty as he was taken down in the end zone. And you see there's a white line right beyond the goal line.
Yes.
You can see it on your screen. Look on your screen between the P and the T, and you see that yellow line, and right behind it a white line. As the extra point attempt is good for the Mariners. And Brooks Nicholson's kick makes it a 7-0 game. But I think the defender thought that there was still another white line. Here's the replay, the fake to the inside, and around came Morgan.
You can see great downfield blocking by the Aptos Mariners. Chase Whitney doing a fabulous job blocking downfield. And Morgan with great breakaway speed. There you see the horse collar at the end of that thing, well into the end zone. You know, sometimes you get these real enthusiastic and very upset defenders as they're chasing the man on in, and he may not have realized that Morgan had gotten into that end zone.
You saw it was Coach Myers who was speaking to the cornerback there, Ryan Reyes, and I think what he was telling Reyes is on that play, he was the edge, and he let Morgan get the edge. And if you're the cornerback and you let a running back get the edge, play's over. It's a touchdown.
Exactly, and you're taught defensively, keep your outside shoulder pads, your outside arm free. Do not let running backs, receivers, anybody get that edge. And that's what this offense is designed to do, Tim, is make sure that they're out there, that they can turn that corner and then get down around that field, because it's a deceptive offense. You have a lot of inside fakes. Fullback is going to be looking to dive inside, and it's just designed to make you step up or creep in and then get caught inside, and then they'll block you, continue to block you inside, and then as a running back or a receiver, off you go to the races.
So they take the penalty on the kickoff. It'll be a kickoff from the 45-yard line for Nicholson. Well, if you try an onside kick here, you only lose about 15 yards of field position as opposed to kicking it through the end zone. Let's see what they'll attempt to do. Nicholson will kick this one into the end zone. All it has to do is make a little bit of contact with the end zone. And the 20-yard line is where the Soquel Knights will start. It's going to be a long 80 yards for Soquel after the initial drive was, I don't want to say easy in a football game, but it was 2 plays and it was 75 yards.
That kind of, and here's the starters for the Soquel Knights. Lucas Cardoza is going to be a quarterback, very, very talented. There's your receivers and running backs. You're going to see a lot of number 34 and 28. That offensive line is going to have to prove themselves. Cisco in the middle, the center is going to have a big day.
5 wide receivers and a 2-step drop, fire to the outside, in and out of the hands of Widgets. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd and 10.
That is one of those types of catches. As a wide receiver, Tim, you've seen it many, many times. You don't watch it all the way, and you watch it just so far, then you bring your hands on it and then turn it in. Defensive backs for the Aptos Mariners and linebackers are going to have to step up and fill the gaps. That off that defensive line equally is going to slide to fill gaps, but it's going to be the guys in the secondary in a cover 3. Right now, Aptos is in a cover 2 type of formation. Soquel in the gun.
And a missed snap. The quarterback's all the way back, and Cardoza just got on top of it.
Recovered his own fumble.
And he will recover his own fumble, but they lost 11 yards. That's up a 3rd down and very long 21.
When the Mariners last week, the Mariners went on to take on Scotts Valley and beat the Falcons. And they also, what Aptos did win was the battle of the turnovers. Earlier in the game, a pick 6 for the Aptos Mariners. Strom went out to the flats, picked off the ball, went in. Then Soquel also had 2. The Mariners got 2 other turnovers from Scotts Valley. Anyways, one of the things we're seeing right here is a lot of heat, a lot of tension. Flags on the field, maybe not so tension-wise, but Soquel realizes that they cannot
We have
get
dead
behind.
ball. Illegal procedure on the offense. Repeat, go down. 5 yard, half the distance to the goal.
It looked like Dalton, who's usually a running back, was lined up on the right-sided slot, and he's called for the penalty. 3rd down and just about 25.
Actually, the 4-yard line.
It's going to be a long, long way. You talk about field
3rd and
position.
27.
There's a handoff to the left side. Not much going for
The pitch goes back to number
Soquel.
26, Travis Dalton.
It was Dalton who got the pitch.
Dalton taken down as he gets to the 10-yard line.
Once again, nothing doing there. So Aptos will get very good field position.
Yeah, they're right. Fabiano Hale is going to have to come up with one of those beautiful punts, the ones that you picture as a punter that you're going to be doing, the high turning over spiral, and just drop that thing over the head of the intended receiver. Antonio Andrade, number 26.
That punt is blocked to the right side and through the end zone.
The punt is blocked.
A safety.
By the Mariners, number 89, Michael Strong.
It was Michael Strom who we were told to look out for at linebacker. Well, he makes a special teams play, and it is already 9-0. He just came right through the middle.
Nobody touched him. Too much time. There was the block, and that's just big time all the way through for Strom. Again, I said before, he was the one that intercepted the pass early against Scotts Valley and returned it for a touchdown.
9-0.
Their own 20-yard line.
Early lead for the Aptos Mariners, and not only do they get the 2 points, but it's why when you're about 7-8 years old, your favorite play is not a touchdown, it's not a field goal, it's a safety, because you get the 2 points and you get the ball back.
Yeah, the other thing that all special teams people really like to do is block a punt or block a field goal. It just shows that you have dominance on that line across from you, and you're able to get right through it. So right now, Aptos with 9:38 to go. We're only in the first
Number
quarter.
34, Fabiano Hale will
He's got everything going
free kick a
their
punt
way.
at his own 20. Back deep for the
Fabiano
Mariners,
Hale
number
will have the
34,
free kick,
Eli
and
Undrich, and number
this time
26,
nobody can
Antonio
block the
Andrade.
punt. It's a penalty. But should be very good field position for the Mariners, at least at their own 40-yard line. Hale punts, and it is
Andrade from
taken
the
by
33.
Andrade at the 33. He goes left, crosses the 40 to the 44-yard line. He's taken down
Antonio
by
Andrade takes the
3
punt
Knights.
at his
First
own
man
33-yard
there,
line.
Javier Valdez.
The 45
And just
to
like
the
that,
46.
Aptos has their offense on the field again. Not too far away from when they started their first possession, about 10 yards upfield, but their first possession only took 2 plays in 43 seconds.
It brings back memories of the Santa Cruz game. We'll get Santa Cruz against Harbor with those great running backs that Santa Cruz has, Locatelli and, of course, Jonah Hodges. Didn't take too long for those running backs when they touched the ball to get it in the end zone either.
1st and 10 at the 44. 2 fakes. Rolling out Powell. The throw on the run is
Powell's pass is
incomplete.
complete along the far side. Making the reception number 26, Antonio
Intended
Andrade.
for Andrade, but it was
for a Mariner
just
first down.
short.
A pickup of 13.
On the run, sometimes a difficult pass, but you did see that Powell does have a strong throwing arm, a little bit too low. But what he did have, Tim, is as he rolled out to his right, is he did have that corner. Nice little fake. There's the block on the backside to seal out the linebacker. Powell had a blocker in front of him, and you know that Dave Ensminger, who's one of the spotters up here in the booth, and there's an Aptos Mariner that's going to jump offside just a little prematurely. Tyler Price decided he knew the snap count was 1 before it actually went off, and that'll back the
Dead ball.
Mariners up 5 yards.
False start. Offense. 2nd down. 5-yard penalty.
2nd down and 15 as Powell breaks the huddle. He does have a very strong arm. And
He worked really, really hard on developing that arm. He didn't play a lot last year due to an injury.
inside handoff, bruising his way into Soquel
Handoff goes to number
territory
42,
after
Philip Rojas.
a gain of
Rojas picks
10
up
yards.
13 on the
Is
play. Making the tackle for Soquel,
the
number
ball
6,
carrier.
Kevin
That
Smith.
was
Along number
all the way
25,
through
Chase Henson.
Philip Rojas.
You see a great job of trapping inside by that defensive front by the Aptos Mariners. John Jovanovic, number 78, senior 6'3", 230-pounder.
It's an end around to the right side. A lot of room around the 40-yard line. Taken down.
The head up on the sweep to
at
number
the
21, Aaron
38
McInerney.
was
McInerney
Aaron
picks up a
McInerney.
first down for the Mariners. Finally dragged down by number
McInerney,
19.
another one of these
Isaac
running backs. It's not a
Gentleman.
listed starter. Listed starter means really nothing. He's a junior,
But not before the Mariners
5'10",
pick up a first down
162.
there at the
See,
Soquel
great job by
39-yard
carrying
line.
out the fake
First
on
and
the
10.
inside by the fullback Rojas as he just dove right over the center. He got a lot of company that way, and McInerney took the ball, went around the right side.
First down and 10 inside Soquel's territory. Powell on the move. Long throw. Has a man just over the head of Andrade, and he had him over the right shoulder for a touchdown. Unfortunately, he threw it to the left shoulder.
He threw it on the backside again. A little sprint roll by Powell. You can see a good job inside. You've got to respect the fact that Powell runs off the back foot, and he had his man beat deep. Down there in coverage was Reyes, number 22. And yes, you're right, Tim. If he'd still let him across towards the tee in the end zone of Aptos, it would have been a touchdown.
Motion left, a dive into the middle
The
to the
inside handoff to number
35-yard
44,
line.
Dustin Sam.
Dustin Sam. So
Sam
last week
drags the
in
pile
the
for a pickup of 4.
victory over Scotts Valley, Aptos had 9 different ball carriers. I think we've already seen 5 in the first 3.5 minutes.
Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 5 so far have touched the ball for the Aptos Mariners. They only huddle a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. When they come up, you better be ready.
Double fake handoff. It ends up to the left side and being knocked down at the 27-yard line. Reyes makes the tackle, but the touchdown scorer
finally upended.
Tyler Morgan,
24.
who gains a nice chunk there, just about 10 yards, sets up another first down, and quickly Aptos is getting ready again.
Well, they don't want the defense to set up and get in organization, so they get up, get onto the ball. You can see Soquel still trying to get set.
Around right side and going down was
The handoff to number
McInerney,
21, Aaron McInerney.
and he gains maybe a
McInerney
half a
loses
yard.
Footing. No gain on the play.
Aaron not quite getting his feet underneath him to
Henson
make that
making
cut.
sure that
And one of the
McInerney
things
doesn't
about
get
this
anywhere.
new artificial turf is
It'll be
it
second
makes
down.
planting
Call
your
it a pickup
foot
of
and
one.
getting a good
Second
cut
and
so
9.
much easier than the old natural grass of yesteryear. Of course, years ago, this natural grass is more like natural dirt.
Rojas, he's the ball carrier to the left side. And he'll get to the 17-yard
Rojas, the
line,
ball carrier.
and he
Rojas
stopped,
gets it
gained
inside the 20.
about 6 yards. Another
17-yard
rip
line.
off the dive.
Number 34,
As
Fabiano
22
Hale
Reyes,
with the
one of
tackle
the
for
many
Soquel. It'll leave a
Soquel
third
Knights in on the
and
hit.
a
You
long
can see he's
3 for
wrapping
the
up.
Mariners.
Then he's going to get a little bit more help. Fabiano Hale, also number 34, in on the tackle. But these are linebackers and defensive backs coming up to make the hit, which you're supposed to do. But these running backs love it when they can get into that defensive backfield.
Penalty marker prior to the snap.
Ball's dead. 3-5 defense from Soquel. They're going to be tested tonight. We've already seen how Poe Aptos is running the ball.
Dead ball, encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
That penalty will get the ball to the 13-yard line, just in front of the 14-yard line where the first down marker
Will
is.
have a first and 10.
Yeah, that's just not good news because the Mariners have so many weapons on offense. And again, with number 10, who had 168 yards last week against the Falcons, you have to respect the simple fact that he's going to be carrying out those fakes, and you also have to go at least pay attention to the sweep.
This one's a run right up the middle, slicing into the end zone. Rojas. 15-0 already.
Just a nice, simple give to the big fullback. And Rojas loves to do that type of thing. 4th carry on the night for the big fullback.
Following the left side of the
5'10", 189-pound
and
senior.
number 77, Tanner Lardy.
Nicholson. Good snap,
Nicholson
good hold,
with
plenty of
50 point
distance,
after
right
touchdown.
through the
And
uprights.
the kick is up, and it is good out of the hold of number 24.
16-0 lead for the Mariners already.
Yeah, the Mariners are attacking this game very similar to what they did before. You can see that. Just a simple dive play. A lot of trapping inside. The offensive tackle on the left side got in there, was able to seal out the linebacker. And he's so quick that, of course, the corners on the outside and linebackers on the outside didn't have a chance.
As we look at what happened on October 14th, 1989, Texas A&I tailback Johnny Bailey broke Tony Dorsett's NCAA career rushing record, 6,085 yards.
That's a lot of yards, my friend.
That is. Dorsett was at Pittsburgh where he won a Heisman Trophy, and as you saw, a Texas A&I, not A&M player, Division II.
That's right. I'll give you a little quickly. Aptos on the year, they started the year at Hillsdale, scored 52 points, and went to Oakdale, gave up 55 and scored 21, and then they ran them off. Watsonville, they scored 42, Alisal 43, St. Francis 42, and last week 35. So they have an offense that can put points on the board.
Fabiano Hale will take this at his 17-yard line, trying to get something started for the Knights. Hole through the left side, bursts through to the 40-yard line, spun forward, breaks another tackle. Finally, he is down just short of midfield. We saw the ability of Fabiano Hale. First touch of the ball tonight.
Watch this, and you get an idea why he is a very celebrated running back here in the SCCAL. Finds his hole, accelerates it, spins around, watch him drop his shoulder, and then just makes a collision, and I mean a collision. Alan Burr took that one, number 44, and you backed up number 4. And Fabiano continued to go up to his own 48-yard line.
Well, we saw 5 wide receivers. Now we see the tight formation, trap inside. Hale breaks one tackle, almost got to the outside. finally he is taken down at the 45-yard line, a gain of 7. Cody Capurro made the stop.
I think Ron Myers on the far sideline says, all right, we came out, we showed him a little bit of a throwing set. We didn't do really well. We executed poorly. We had a snap over our quarterback's head, and then we shot ourselves in the foot. Let's go back to Soquel, bread and butter, double wing football.
Dalton is the ring right. He'll get the carry, and at the line of scrimmage, he is stopped by the interior of this Aptos defense. Nose guard John Sullivan, Chase Whitney, the defensive tackle, both got good penetration up the middle of the other side.
They did, and a great job by the linebackers is stepping up and filling the gaps very, very well. Elijah Martin, number 8, one of the backers, also an inside backer, Cody Capurro, did a nice job of stepping up, sealing off the holes, and making the tackle.
Tight formation again. Hale tried to go outside now. He'll take it to the inside. He's short of the first down marker.
The pitch goes back to number 34, Fabiano Hale.
Just about 2 feet, just short of the yard. And it will be 4th and 1 and maybe a foot.
You can see a lot of blue coming off there. Michael Strom, number 89, the defensive end linebacker here on the near sideline, did a nice job of holding his ground, waiting for the running back to cut it inside, made the nice hit. Capurro, number 5, then comes in and starts to seal the deal, and then you saw a lot of blue and white helmets fly to the ball.
Down 16 points, first quarter, they're going for it. Shotgun set, Hale around right side, will just get past the first down marker. Carries a couple of tacklers forward past the 40-yard line, down to the 39, and it's a first down, as the tackle was made by Strong.
I'll tell you, Tim, at this point in the game, I think Ron Myers has got to roll some dice and start establishing a ground effect, get a first down. And that's what he did to try and prove to his offense and the rest of those Chargers over on the far sidelines that they could move the ball against this Aptos defense. And we told you that Aptos scores a heck of a lot of points. Well, they also give up a heck of a lot of points. They've given up over 30 points a game.
Last week it was 380 yards for
penalty marker prior to the snap.
Their opponents. And it was a 380-yard performance, only 21 points though.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Scotts Valley last week, they gained 380 yards. They only scored 21 points. So
well,
they did move the ball.
They did move the ball, but they had a pass interception for a touchdown, and they coughed the ball up twice while on drives, one resulting a couple plays after the fumble in a touchdown. So they were moving it, but turnovers really hurt the Falcons last week and helped the Mariners. That's why any football coach that's out there will tell you, no turnovers.
2 wide receivers, Dalton and Hale, are the wings. And it was a direct snap before, though, a penalty marker. Schmidt was the direct snap went to, and it looked like illegal motion.
Well, you know, not last week so much. Bill Bunner indicating illegal procedure against the Soquel Knights.
Dead ball, illegal procedure. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
You give us the 5, then we take it back. So the good news is it's still 1st and 10. The bad news is now they got to go 10 yards to get that first down.
I think if you're Soquel here with 4:38 remaining in the first quarter, a 16-0 lead for Aptos, you got to calm down and establish the running game.
And that's exactly what they're doing. You are so correct.
It's a fake to the man in motion. Dalton makes a run left and nothing
Number
doing.
8, Lucas Cardoza on the quarterback keeper.
Cardoza is dropped for a 2-yard loss. Strom was there with the tackle along with one of his buddies.
Number 88, Chase Whitney.
Elijah Martin.
Strom goes from the inside. He's the middle linebacker, shoots the gap, guesses correctly, and he and the quarterback Cardoza arrive 1, maybe 2 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. Now that is your right, 2nd and 12.
So Hale is left in this shotgun. They'll throw a slant over to the left side to the flanker. It's complete for 11 yards as he finds Widget. 3rd and short.
Nice simple little pass right over the center. Well, actually off to the far side. That can actually be a dangerous pass if they drop back into coverage that quick. But not so much that time. It's number 10, Riggs, in on the tackle from his safety position. He came up quick.
Hale in motion. It's a handoff. Sweep right. Hale looking to cross the 30 and get a first down. And he will by about a yard. It looked like he was running sideways for a while. Finally, Riggs Powell put an end to that, the quarterback playing defense.
He comes up good. Watch number 26. That's Dalton doing a nice job of sealing off the inside so Strom can't get to him. Here comes the rest of the gang to come up and make the final hits. Eddie Capurro, number 5, also in on that trifecta that ended the ball carrier's running ability.
First down and 10. 2 wide right, 2 wide left for Cordoza. Handoff, sweep left, cutting it upfield, 25, 23-yard line, Schmidt.
28, Andrew Schmidt.
Gain of 5.
First time Schmitz touched the ball this afternoon, and he did a nice job. In the offensive line equally did a good job of giving up some big gaps. You can see him spread on out, taking everybody out inside, then trying to seal off the middle. And doing a fine job of blocking downfield was David Salinas, number 56, who turned that hole, and he looks back inside to see who he can block.
Comcast Channel 25.
So 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left, Hale slot left. It's a design draw. Cordoza is going nowhere. He ends up losing about 2 yards, and it was snuffed out by Sergio Sanchez on the line.
And Ryan Corley also did a great job. Just, that's where your defensive line, you don't give any ground. You take them head up, you don't, and you start pushing that offensive lineman back into the quarterback to the best of your ability. Benjamin Silva was the tackle on that side that got beat.
2-step drop, looking deep, wide open, diving attempt just out of the hands of Dalton. Cordoza had him. And
incomplete.
He just led him a little bit too far.
Cordoza's pass intended for number 26.
Nice flight on that ball. You're right. Plenty of time. Doesn't have to hurry. Great release. But just having to get up in the air and just not able to get your hands right around that football. And Dalton knew that he had it in his grasp, but he could not hold on to it.
4th down and 8. Maybe put a little bit more air beneath that ball.
A little bit more air would be great, and he would have had a touchdown. It's easy to say from up here.
Very easy. 3 wide left on 4th and 8 on the run. Great throw. This one is complete to the 12-yard line.
Cordoza's pass is complete along the north side. Number 2
doesn't play a whole lot on offense in the 2 games we've seen, but he gets in there and he makes a big 4th down reception. It'll be first and 10 at the 13.
And he runs a great pattern. A little roll out here to the right. Good throwing ability. Peacock comes down, makes a hard break out towards the sidelines. He understands where the zone defense and his coverage is, so he stays underneath it. Makes the catch. Doesn't have to do any more than that and get out of bounds.
Shotgun. Hale is the flanker for him, but they'll hand it off to Dalton. Has room to run at the 10-yard line. Violent hits from the quarterback Powell, and that's what will end the run from Dalton after a gain of about 5 or 6 yards.
Now, talking to the Aptos coaches, one of the things they know they have to work on is tackling. Watch Dalton. Goes through Capurro's tackle, runs through another tackle, and then finally Powell comes through in the blur of uniforms to make the tackle.
So Hale will flank Cordoza on 2nd and about 3. Hale gets the play in the middle on a direct snap. He scores. Well, Fabiano Hale, just a matter of time until he got going. This lead's been cut to 16-6 off of that 7-yard run.
Touchdown, Soquel.
5th time that Mr. Hale has touched the ball.
The direct snap.
Once Soquel in this drive that started on their own 48-yard line got hold of the football and established the run. They got Hale going, they got Dalton going, Schmidt ran the ball once. They could not then start to throw the ball. And I think Ron Meyer's going, man, if I only started out a little differently.
Kick is up, and it is good as we have a 16-7 game. And here's, it confused me, a direct snap.
Direct snap, we've done that before, and it's very, very effective. You just line him up a little bit. It's a tough situation for the center. You've got to angle that snap just a little bit.
Soquel is only down 16-7. I say only because they've had a punt blocked. They gave up a touchdown in the second play from scrimmage, and they're only down by 9 points in the first quarter.
Now, this game is still got a long ways to go in both of these clubs to score. You know, if you want a DVD of today's or tonight's game, which is going to be a slobber knocker no matter how you do it, $25 is all it costs. Learn at by doing it at communitytv.org/dubs, or for more information, call us at 831-425-8848, and you'll get the docile tones of one Mr. Craig Judson.
All right, so the kick unit with Tony Mendez, who just nailed an extra point, ready to kick this one away to Aptos. Could see maybe a little fake here, you think?
Now, I think you play it straight up and have your defense start to dominate it a little bit.
This is a very good kick for Mendez. And backing up, Andrade at his own 3-yard line. Cuts it right. Tries to make another man miss, but a little bit too much dancing, and he is stopped at the 15.
Great downfield coverage by the Soquel Knights, and Chase Tedson, number 25. He is a senior, 170 pounds, comes down there and does a fabulous job of taking down Andrade.
Powell comes out of the sidelines, gets his instructions from Coach Blankenship. One thing that's always interesting about this setup is the wide receiver over to the bottom of your screen. Andrade always doesn't stay in there for the huddle. He just immediately is out there. As an ankle tackle made, as Houston Roberts had the carry, but is there any reason for that?
Just a little diversion, so you've got to pay attention. If you don't realize he's over there and the quarterback reads that when they're going to snap it over to him real quick. Number 21, Zachary Ledesma, the corner on this side here on the near side, did a great job of maintaining outside coverage, forcing the running back inside, and that's where all the defense was.
Quickly up to the line.
Here
Rojas
comes the freight train
through the middle, crosses the first down marker. He'll gain the first down. Now I think about it too with Andrade, they probably have him out there because it would probably take him an extra second or two to get the snap off with him in the huddle because he has to run the farthest.
He's a wide receiver. He's in shape. He can do that.
Andrade over right.
Right receivers
Rojas
don't care in this format.
has the fake to Rojas. Powell rolls right, tucks and runs. Makes one man miss, tries to reverse field behind the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. He's finally chopped down. Reyes with a big play, and Blankenship's going to be a little bit angry at his quarterback because he had a 3 or 4 yard gain, tried to make it a big gain, only ends up losing 5 yards.
Not only did he have a big gain, but he had Andrade over on the far side who made a beautiful move and just got rid of his cover man. He was wide open over about the 40-yard line over in front of the Soquel bench. So Powell was not able to look down the field. Motion going the way. Now you can see him rolling out, looking downfield. At this point in time, his receivers open, but he decides to pull that down. And now we turn into a little, well, in my day, it's Fran Tarkington. You just start running for your life and going any which way you can. In the 49ers heyday, it would be Steve Young. Run for your life, backwards, forward, it doesn't matter.
So we look at some of the upcoming matchups. Santa Cruz, who already had Jonah Hodges, their superstar running back, faces the Sharks of St. Francis. Pajaro and Monte Vista Christian will have the girls volleyball championships, and finally we'll end up with junior college football, Gavilan and Cabrillo.
All right, so that's our
So we want to see some of the Aptos Mariners on the sidelines, already mugging for the cameras.
As they do no matter what level you're at. High school, college, NFL, Arena Football League.
Begin the second quarter.
Second quarter starts up, and Powell will hand it off the middle. Big hits. It was Fabiano Hale who laid the lumber. And the run was made by McInerney.
He's upended by number 51.
Fourth time unofficially that McInerney's touched the ball for the Mariners. And Fabiano Hale from his linebacker position is very, very active, as is Chase Tedson. And they have to be with this style. They've got to be able to step up and read. They cannot get influence block by either one of the offensive tackles and get caught inside, especially when the sweep's going.
Powell rolls right, has 4 wide receivers to this side, throws this one just outside of the reach of his flanker. The 2 was the intended target, and it'll set up a punting situation.
Tucker Wiggett, number 10, in on that coverage. Both receivers were coming this way. You had one over the top, one underneath, slightly overthrown. And one of the things I like about Tucker is he was going for the tackle. He saw the ball, realized there's no way he's going to get it, so he's going to focus in on the receiver and try and get to the receiver the same time the ball got there.
Well, they're lining up as if they're going to go for 4th down, and now running back into formation. And this is a rugby-style kick that bounces, rolls, and is taken at the own 30-yard line. Cutting it upfield. Widgets, and he'll get to the 44-yard line. That was kind of a little bit strange from Gunnar Glom, who's the punter.
And a little rugby style, you're right. Gets that ball to kick. And watch Tucker Wiggett. He's going to make that catch on it. Great hand down drill. They practice that a lot. At least now they will. And then he just works his way right up the center of the field before he's tackled down right at the 42-yard line. That was a nice offensive series that we watched Soquel do before. Got a touchdown and a great defensive series.
Shotgun with 2 wings. Reyes in motion right. Instead, they'll go left to Dalton. Tries to break a tackle. Free ride for about 3 yards to get to the 50-yard line as he was carrying a defender, Roberts. And he ends up gaining 8 yards right just short of the 50.
Well, if you don't slide down and pin those knees together, you are going to be able to go for a ride, and especially the type of running backs that these 2 clubs have. And Travis Dalton, 5'9", 160-pound senior, did a good job of keeping his shoulders square and running downhill.
It's a motion right for Reyes. The change of pace back, a little bit quicker than Dalton and smaller than Hale, and he'll gain the first down.
Run out of bounds, but picked up a first down for the
change of pace. I said you come out with maybe the change up of the slider, and there's the fastball for 5 yards.
Well, again, you watch this. It's going to go around, a little bit of a sweep. Nice job of blocking inside. Aptos loses outside contain. That was Strom, 89, who loses that outside contain, and that allows the running back to get out there and around the corner. Martin, number 8, on the tackle.
It's a pistol look with Hale behind Cordoza, and he'll flip it left to Widget, who had that ball go through his legs. He keeps hold of it, although it might have been better for him just to drop that ball, as it was a 2-yard loss, and in fact, they'll say it did hit the ground.
Yeah, I didn't think he ever really had any kind of control of it. It was a great juggling act by Tucker.
I think he kept it between his legs.
You know, he never really had control. He was still kind of bobbling it, never firmly got it in his clutches. Good call by the officials and a break for the Soquel Knights.
2nd and 10. Reyes in motion. The ball is lost. Turned into a passing play deep over the middle. This ball is intercepted. Powell, the quarterback on defense, able to play the middle of the field at free safety and make a big play.
Big play, that's the type of thing that Aptos Mariners really like to see. Cordoza bumbles it. Now you start to go a little bit into panic mode, gets off his back foot. But watch the defenders, 1-2, one underneath, one over the top. Really not much of a chance for the wide receiver to even get hold of that ball, as you had Burr on one side and, of course, Powell, who picked off the pass, and now he's a quarterback.
1st and 10, and up the guts. It was another one of those stay-on-his dive plays from Rojas, and he gains 6 yards.
That's really what you want to do, is pick up 5, 6, 7 yards on your first burst. That really gives you a super opportunity to have a lot more liberty with that 2nd down and just short yardage.
2 fakes, finally. It's going to be a 1st down crossing the 30-yard line. Was Detu.
Detu does a nice job. You can see him coming, and you have to respect the sweep. all the way around, and it was a good job when it wasn't there. You're looking for a lane, Tim, on these type of offenses, so as soon as you see it and you have to be patient, you cut it up the field.
Powell on the keeper, crosses the 40-yard line, tries to get to the corner, has some space to the 45, crosses midfield, Reyes runs him out of bounds, just inside of Soquel territory. And Powell, after the interception at quarterback, a 21-yard run.
Nifty footwork by number 10, especially, and also some nice handoff fakes in the field. You can see it, fake the dive inside to Rojas. You have to respect it. Fake that pitch out, bring it back in. There's one missed tackle. Nice little stiff arm to get him away. And then you can see him just come right down the field as fast as he can. 22 Reyes finally got him down.
Sweep right up the field to the 40-yard line. And McInerney is taken down about 2.5 yards short of the first down, so rounded up, 8-yard play.
Aaron McInerney doing a great job as one of the stable of running backs that Randy Blankenship has for the Aptos Mariners. And you've called several numbers. You've called probably 7 different running backs so far.
16-7. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the first half, as this time the ball pops loose and it's picked up by Widgets. It was a dive play up the middle for Marta, and maybe there's the danger with so many different guys that carry the ball. They're not used to carrying it, and Marta had that one pop loose to Widgets.
We'll see what he's got. He's got that ball tucked on in, and the Soquel Knights in the tackle are just able to rip it right from his grasp, and Widget was able to pounce on that thing very, very quickly. But yeah, one of the things is you don't get a rhythm as a running back, but I've never really bought on that one. You know, because he was protecting it really well. It was just strength and power. They just ripped it away from him.
Soquel swings this one. Kind of a swing run to Reyes. Turns the corner, and then a little bit of anger taken out as Marta, the nice tackle.
Well, he's got to redeem himself on for a little bit. Again, the Aptos Mariners on that far side, they lost the corner, and Reyes, with that good speed, was able to take advantage of it, turn it up the field. So the defensive linebacker, defensive ends, they've got to maintain that outside contain to force the running back to turn it back inside.
2nd and 6, double fake. Hale around left guard, has some room to run, slips through a couple of tacklers, and Dalton to the 49-yard line, gains 12 yards. And, well, I think that Soquel's really eased into this game.
They're doing a good job. Nice double fake. First one was to Reyes, and now Dalton doing a nice job of just running through tackles. And again, as a running back, you are taught, once you see a gap, hard 90-degree turn, shoot it right up on the field. Your linemen and your backs are down the field blocking for you, hopefully.
Cordoza rolls right. Flag flies. It's complete to Reyes. Another flag's there. Reyes to the 38-yard line, ends up getting 13 yards, but with 2 fouls, probably going to be a penalty to bring this back.
We've got, let's see what Mr. Bunner has. He said holding in 2 different directions. So, and I'm left-handed, he's not. So if anybody's going to should be confused making a call, it should be me, not knowing left from right. But it looks like it's going to go. He's talking to the Aptos Mariners, and soon he'll be talking to us.
Hold on the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat the foul.
Well, if you're just joining us, Aptos took a 16-0 lead just 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. But since then, about the last 10 minutes of this one, it has been a very even game.
Well, I'll tell you, last week when Aptos played Scotts Valley, it was the same thing happened. The Mariners jumped out on top. Then Scotts Valley started to regain their composure and started to make a game of it. But then they spit the bit a couple times with the turnovers. Bill Bunner talking to Ron Myers over on the far sidelines, and they're disputing where
it's shown at 2nd and 28.
You know, it's disputing out where the ball was snapped from.
And I think they're saying that it is a spot of the foul penalty, but it was not 8 yards downfield. It was maybe 3 or 4. But it will be a 2nd and 28, or 1st and 28, excuse me. Cordoza runs right on the run, fires this one to a kneeling Hale, and he does make the catch.
Complete.
Officially, they will call it complete. They'll gain 13 of those yards back.
Watch this. Nice rollout. Good job of evading the would-be tackler, and then he just rifles this thing to Hale, and this is a good job of concentration, looking the ball all the way in. Marta was the closest Mariner on that side, but just a super job of focusing on the ball, catching it, and that's all you got to do, then flop out of bounds.
Man in motion right, fake handoff, looks to set up a screen left to Hale. Collects it, not much room to run. He's still going to pile about 4 or 5 Mariners forward, crosses midfield, gains about 5, and it'll be a 3rd down and 9. All things considered, not too bad.
Here's an example of when you try and tackle at running back of Hale's ability, high up around the shoulder pads. Nice block right there to get everybody out. Now watch where the tackler is. They're up high on him, and finally they're able to slide down and then drag him down. And I know that Randy Blankenship does not like that style. He likes the modern style of tackling. Pick him up and slam him down.
Well, there's 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Rolling right, on the run. This one is collected and then knocked out of the hands of Fabiano Hale. McInerney was there.
Incomplete.
Aaron McInerney doing a nice job. He is dad and cousin played here many moons ago, and he plays just like him. Reckless abandon, hauls off, runs the ball well, and also defensively can really lay the lumber. Nice job.
4th and 8. Hale, the running back, also is the kicker. Always got to be cognizant of that. Riggs Powell is back to return. This is a punt, almost blocked again. Powell looks up, will let this one bounce inside of the 10, and it'll roll into the end zone. Well, if you're a kick returner, a punt returner, you're taught the ball's at the 10-yard line, you let it go, and that's exactly why.
Yeah, that's going to get Aptos pretty good field position. If you've got the option to start from the 15 and get back down to up to your 20, that's fantastic.
So here we go, the trivia question. We gave you the fact of the day, the all-time rushing record sets. Can you name the Division I all-time leader? Ladainian Tomlinson, Ricky Williams, Ron Dane, Tony Dorsett. Your options.
All pretty good options. All very good running backs.
Powell's behind center, and he'll go to Rojas around right guard. And check that was not Rojas.
The handoff to number 44.
That was Dustin Sams.
Sams picked up about 5 yards on the play.
Sams with the nice carry, and Travis Dalton, number 26, with the tackle, doing a nice job from his defensive back position. Just sliding right on over and making the hit.
Quick hitter for 5. 2nd down and 5. Powell will keep it on the QB option, 30-yard line. Makes a tackler miss. 35 down to the 40. And the keeper is not too bad. 15-yard chunk for Powell.
Well, I know that Ron Myers was working on tackling. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. There's Randy Blankenship, the head man for the Aptos Mariners. But that time, the tackling wasn't really good. You drop your helmet and go for the knees, you're giving that running back or quarterback a chance to push off of you.
A fake of a handoff to Rojas around the left side, crossing midfield and crossing the 45-yard line was the ball carrier, Tyler Morgan, who got it. Another 1st down.
Morgan just does a nice job. He's patient, and that's what the double wing and the wing T is supposed to be. The running backs are supposed to be patient, knowing what the call is and looking for that hole. They're going around the corner on the left side, so they're going to be looking for a hole between the split end and the tight end.
Powell is going to pass this one. Looking over the middle, complete to Rojas, the 30-yard line. Bounces off another tackler. Rojas, he's still going to the 27, and he gains another 1st down. We saw the arm there for Powell. However, do have a flag on the fields.
Isaac Gettleman, number 19, getting up slowly. Watch this. Low tackle, missed him, no wrap. There we're going to try and get a highlight film by Gettleman, but bounces off him. You cannot hit Rojas up around the numbers in the shoulder pads. He is too big, too strong, and he's just going to bounce off you like a rubber ball, and he did that and continued to pick up the yardage.
No flag. And I think one of the best piece of advice I've ever heard from a football coach is, I got a question for you quick, Mr. Edwards. How do you chop down a tree?
With a chainsaw.
But from the bottom. You got to take them out from the bottom.
Take it out from the bottom.
Speaking of chopping down trees, another hard running. And that's another new ball carrier, Jeremy Medina, his first carry. And he came out like a cannon out of the line. Load to bring down. He's not the tallest guy in the world at 5'7", but he's 180.
Yeah, he stays low to the ground. Nice compact runner.
Powell hands this right, 20-yard line, 15 to the 10. McInerney is going to gain another first down with 13 yards.
Mac with a nice big gain. Number 64, Benjamin Silva on that one. Watch the gap. Watch everybody coming through it, looking inside for their blocks. If they can get there, fantastic. If otherwise, too bad. Well, Silva was able to get in there and make that initial hit and take the running back down.
So they can gain a first down just outside of the 10-yard line. But McInerney is going to make it maybe moot. He's just inside of the one, and he may have gained a first down. He's going to be awfully close.
McInerney does a nice job. He was patient, watch him. Look for the outside, got a blocker inside. Take off, nice acceleration right up in there. He's an exciting, well, all of these running backs are exciting to watch. And the offensive line for the Aptos Mariners right now are clicking very well. The guards are pulling. They're able to get upfield and engage the linebackers.
Officially, it is 2nd and goal. Inside handoff. Powering the way forward. It's very close to being in. The far side official has signaled a touchdown. Aptos on the board again. Rojas powers it in, 22-7.
Hey, I'd like to thank the Mariner Football Club for helping us out, feeding our great crew that we have out here, all our cameramen, our technical people, Junior Clifton, and of course, Mr. Bogard Brian Bogard doing a great job. Thanks so very, very much for the wonderful treats. #1 snack shack in the county.
The kick is up, and
extra point attempt from Nicholson is good.
3:26 remaining until halftime.
With 3:26 remaining until the end of the first half, 23-7.
Watch it, straight ahead give, push and shove. Good surge by the Soquel Knights. Here's another angle, and you can see he gets in there, and this is pretty much all Rojas because there's 1, 2, 3 Knights right there in front of him trying to deny him the ball. Nicholas Prentice, number 53, one of the people there, 5'10", 205 pounds.
So Rojas' second score of the day, and Aptos. We talked about it before the game, during the game. We'll talk about it more in this broadcast. They're the county's leading scoring team, and we've seen why thus far. They're #1 team in the Sentinel poll, and they are a team that, if they can just get, stops 2 out of 3 times for their defense, they're going to win, no doubt.
There's no doubt. They're averaging 39 points on the season. And on the other side of the ball, the Soquel Knights are averaging 35 points on the season. So you have 2 teams that can definitely light up the scoreboard. The Mariners are definitely doing it tonight, primarily with, a battalion of running backs.
Problem with doing it over the shoe, it doesn't give you any
I think
support.
one thing too that's interesting about that 39 figures, we see a squib kick rolls into the middle of the field. That is a live ball taken at the 30-yard line, and Zachary Ledesma is taken down at the 30. But that's 39 points per game in 48 minutes, which means if you average that out to about a 60-minute game, it's 50 points per game.
And they are a scoring machine. I went up the peninsula and watched College of San Mateo a week or so ago, and they only scored 67 points in a 60-minute game. And these guys, they run what do they call it? The spread offense. They just say, we're going to spread you out, and then we're just going to shred your defense.
The College of San Mateo has had a lot of great players come through there. There's a direct snap to Fabiano Hale. This time it is red. On the line, the big man makes the play, Chase Whitney.
Chase doing a nice job. Also shooting in there was their linebacker, Capuro, number 5. You want to stop either one of these running backs, you've got to get some penetration. You've got to get about a yard or so inside. Of course, you know, it helps to guess the right gap that they're going through, but you definitely have to beat the man in front of you, and then, of course, make a good hit on the running back.
Cardoza fires this one over the middle. Another nifty catch, just short of the first down marker. Was made by Treston Peacock, his second catch of the day. That's a good spot. They're going to give him a first down.
Second catch on the day by Peacock. That is unofficially the 6th completion by Cardoza. Now, when we started this game, I figured that we were going to see a lot more running than we are from the Soquel Knights. But both of these offenses are designed to be able to spread the offense out and allow the quarterbacks to throw. But they have to do it by establishing the running game so they can buy their quarterback a little bit more time.
Well, it looked like he was down around the 39, but the spot gives him the 40, so it is enough for a first down. 1st and 10, have to cross into Mariner territory. Hurry up offense maybe for Soquel with 2:15 remaining. They do still have all 3 timeouts. Over the middle, and there's a back shoulder catch made by Dalton.
Just a nice job. Good drive, and what makes this work and gets Dalton open is Aptos drops back in the cover 3 zone. Dalton continues to drive hard like he's going to go up the field. Of course, that offensive line has got to give Cardoza good protection, and then Dalton, the last minute, breaks it left or right, whichever the call is for. That ball's got to be there.
18-yard pass play. Dropping back on 1st and 10, and going down is Cardoza. Anthony Gorman on the sack, a loss of 8. 100 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Anthony Gorman.
Great job by Gorman. Good push up the middle by the Aptos Mariners defensive front, and that's what it takes. Sergio Sanchez, number 52, he is in the middle of that defensive front. And also Bonsale, Alex Bonsale, number 85, doing a good job of pushing.
And a timeout called for by Aptos. They had a player coming off the field late. For a moment, they had 12 on the field. 23-7 the lead for Aptos with 1:20 remaining in the second quarter. And if you want to check out this game again, know somebody that wants to watch it, DVD sales, DVD copies are available for $25. Learn how on communitytv.org/dubs. You can also call us. And at the half, we'll send it down to Daniel, who will be with Ron Myers.
Watch this push coming right up the middle. A good drive, seals him out from the outside, and once there's nowhere to run for a quarterback, and the pocket's starting to collapse on him from all sides, there's just one result, a sack.
Hey, he just got through the line, and
yeah, that's just it. You know, I don't care if you start from the shotgun and then do a 3-step drop, which puts you, 10, 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage. If that defensive front can come through and the ends can loop on the outside so there's no escape going left or right, and that center, that nose guard defensive tackles are coming up, you're in trouble.
It is a 2nd down and 17 from the 50-yard line. Rolling rights and crossing the line of scrimmage. Nice little pop to Strom for Cardoza. Ends up getting past the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 9, 2-down territory without a doubt for Soquel.
Big scramble and a good play by Cardoza. You know, you have to pick up that yardage. You've got that 3rd down, and now you're inside Aptos territory, but you can do a lot more things now.
Cardoza over the middle, just behind Widget, his intended targets. It'll be 4th down and 9. Ron Myers. You're going to get the ball first in the second half. See what he elects. I think with 1:09 left, you're down by 2 scores. Think you go for it?
Oh, I would go for it. Ron Myers, who's not the best riverboat gambler I've ever been around with, he's probably going to go for it also because you don't have that much time left, and there's a timeout for the Soquel Knights. You've got to take a shot at it. You've got to make sure that your kids, that you're teaching your team that you have faith in them, that you know you're going to be able to pick up these 8-9 yards, get that first down, and continue your march towards the end zone. Wiggett broke to the inside. The ball, unfortunately, was thrown back to the outside. Otherwise, that was going to be a nice completion for a big gain and really set up good field position for the Soquel Knights.
23-7, Aptos leads. They open up the scoring with a Tyler Morgan 60-yard run and a block punt by their big-time linebacker Michael Straw made this 9-0. Rojas, a 13-yard run at the 6:36 remaining in the first quarter mark, made it 16-0. Fabiano Hill responded with a 7-yard, very nice run on a direct snap, made it 16-7. Rojas with a 1-yard run.
As we resume play here in the second quarter, it's 4th and 9 for the Knights.
4th and just about 9 for Soquel. Cardoza looks left, stepping up in the pocket, has a lot of room up the middle, crosses the 35-yard line, gets the first down, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So he was pushed out by Marta, but not before a 14-yard gain and a first down.
Look downfield, nobody there. Pulls it in, great job of blocking. Watch the downfield blocking. Steps inside, good blocking by number 2, Peacock, to help his quarterback out and get that first down. And that's what you want your wide receivers to do. Once the fire call is going out, you've got to start blocking somebody.
Quick hitter to Hale over the middle, the 20-yard line. Makes a man miss. The 15, breaks another tackle. It's a foot race. 10-5, touchdown! Fabiano Hale made about 4 Mariners miss, and he gets into the end zone. 23-13.
Now this game is far, far, far from over just by watching how these two teams are going and not tackling. You can see, of course, when you have a running back like Fabiano Hale, it's difficult at best to tackle. Timeout for Soquel, and nice job. You can see the Soquel Knights receivers going down into coverage. The Mariners dropping back into zone. Settle underneath. Cardoza doing a nice job of delivering the ball right to the receivers and then let the receivers do the work. There's Randy Blankenship, and I saw 3. And I'm sure it's the number of tackles missed. There's 1. They're staying up high, and then he just starts running through. There's another arm tackle. And then it's a race to the end zone, and he beats McInerney around the corner.
Ends up 6 different Mariners touch Fabiano Hill.
Yeah.
None of them can bring him down. Here we go.
Touch.
1.
Here's your other angle. Nice
2,
straight arm.
3. 4,
There's another one, waist tackle.
5.
He's elusive, he's fast, and he can catch that corner. He does a nice job. This is a whale of a ball game that we've got here at Aptos High School in Trevor Dilfer Field. I mean, it is just a lot of fun.
23-13. Mariners lead Soquel. And they're going for 2.
I think this is a wise move. You want to start, get it into a where you can get there from 2 scores. You can right now, but you'd like to make it a little bit more easy.
Rolling right, trying to throw it over the head of Hale. And in the back of the end zone, Peacock is jumping up and down, says I was wide open, but that play was designed to go right. And it's still a 10-point game.
Good defense, although I think Hale might have been open. Little roll in there, and he's just going to float right on out. Now, I'll take that back. He was well covered. You had a blue shirt right there at his hip pocket, and if that ball was there, they might have been able to jump that route and knock the ball down or intercept it. This field here at Aptos High School is called Trevin Dilfer Field. It's named for the son of the former quarterback who played here and also played in the NFL, Trent Dilfer, who very generous in his contributions back to his old alma mater, giving well over $300,000 to finish up this stadium, scoreboard, and just a lot of other things. And you can see the beautiful stadium just from our great camera crew that we've got working here tonight. The big A right in the middle with the anchor. They needed some extra money, and Jamie Townsend and some of the other people approached Trent. And Trent very generously wrote a check for about $350,000. And his only request was to make sure that his son's name would be up on that scoreboard so his name would be remembered, and it is.
Tony Mendez is ready to kick this one off. 10-point lead for Aptos. Short kickoff on a run at the 20-yard line. It's taken, shake and bake, 34-yard line.
Eli Undred takes the kickoff at his own 20-yard line. As he gets it across the 30, he's taken down at the 34-yard line.
But a late flag on the play, right where the tackle happens.
You can shake and bake all you want to, but that was a nice job by Ledesma to get in a great athletic stance and make the tackle. Mr. Bunner?
To be an incidental face mask.
You got a face mask on the defense, 5 yard, first down.
Additional 5 yards to the end of that run.
The incidental 5-yard face mask has almost died. It's a high school only rule, as it's no longer in college or the NFL.
It's the oops, I'm sorry penalty.
There's Powell looking deep. Excellent throw. Got a man! And that is in and out of the hands of his intended target. He had a touchdown, and it went through the hands of Andrade.
Andrade was there, had what, 3-4 strides on the defender. And that's a familiar post from a quarterback. Like, holy cow, I can't throw it much better than that. Puts it up there plenty of time. Andrade on a deep slant over the center, and it just went right through the basket. If that was basketball, that was a 3-point shot, but unfortunately it's not.
Threw it right where he couldn't catch it in his hands. Powell on a delay. Rojas, a lot of room to run. 45-yard line, crosses the 42 down to the 41. And a quick rip of 19 yards. But back to that last play, that was a college-level throw from Powell.
Well, he's got that college level. He's got a great high school arm, and he's going to get bigger and stronger. He's going to spike the ball right now. 28 seconds still remaining here in the second quarter. But, you know, that's a smart offensive play to spike it because you're in good position to strike, even though you're on your 41 or the Soquel 41-yard line. Great great delay, nice draw. Almost a Statue of Liberty type of a play. And you can see the bruising running of Rojas, and quickly back up to the line of scrimmage come the Mariners.
It's a misdirection handoff to the right side, and it'll be 3rd and 7. Coach Blankenship uses his second timeout with 23 seconds after the 3-yard play from Medina.
Silva, number 64, one of the white shirts in the general area of that tackle, as was Chase Tedson. But you can see Medina with his second carry on the day, trying to work his way off the right side. And one of the things with the wing or the double wing, it's all misdirection. You can do a double handoff. We saw that the other week with Santa Cruz with Locatelli and Hodges, a couple handoffs, and they kick it around the corner on a sweep on the outside. Or you can turn it up inside, go between the guard center or the guard tackle gap, depending on how the play is called and how it's being blocked.
Well, this one started early, only 43 seconds into it with this touchdown from Morgan.
There he is.
That's the hard thing. It fakes out everybody, including the defense.
If you got a tight shot, I don't care if you're watching from the booth. There's 2 or 3 handoffs back there. Morgan, you saw great speed.
There's a lot of time for Powell on the run. This ball is deflected. It was almost caught on the second go-around by Roberts, but it's incomplete.
19 Gettleman with the stick to make sure that the second receiver wasn't going to get it. There's one, let it get too close into the shoulder pads, and then another little bumble over there was number 22, Houston Robertson. I'll tell you one thing, if you lay your hands on it and you are a receiver, you are going to get clocked. So if you might as well earn your bruises.
4th down and 8. Running up to the line, Powell. Just 15 seconds remaining. Powell fakes the handoff, looking for Andrade left side. Eludes a couple of tacklers. Has a man wide open to the near side. He's still going with 7 seconds remaining in the quarter. Floats this one up and is intercepted. Room to run for Dalton. This will be the last play of the half. Dalton, though, will be taken down. And a wild play ends the first half.
You want excitement? Get number 10 out on the field. He can move with some of the best I have ever seen.
Yeah, Powell ran through about 4 tacklers, and he had McInerney wide open to the right side for a moment, but then Dalton came over once he noticed it and intercepted it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing as a quarterback, you're running downfield, you're spotting people, great comeback block to get him free, and then down the field what you see are the receivers, but you don't always see the defender that is underneath. That's the one that gets away. And then Dalton's able to take it up the field. He gets tackled there. We're waiting for Ron Walters, the head man for the Soquel Knights, and he's got to be happy. They started off pretty sloppy, and then they came back and played some pretty hard football.
At 23-13, Aptos leads Soquel here at the half. The referees are talking over with the Knights coaching staff, and 23-13, the lead for Aptos over Soquel. They took a 16-0 lead about 5 minutes into this first half, but since then, Soquel has won the rest of the first half, 13-7, as we see Ron Myers walking over to Daniel James Howell.
So we're here with Coach Myers. Coach Myers, so you've been mixing it up a little bit more than expected. Some success with the passing game. Tell us about the confidence it took to go for it on 4th down early on.
Well, when you're behind, you got to do something to climb back into the thing, and you got to fight and scrap for it.
So we've been saying all along that this game was going to be won in the trenches. Tell us about how you feel like your O-line's doing.
I think our O-line's doing okay. He has time to throw, and our run game's going pretty well. We can run the ball.
Great. Thanks for talking to us.
Good to see you.
All right, we'll be back with highlights and the second half after this from Trevin Dilfer Field, where the Mariners lead 23-13.
Don't miss CTV Sports Sunday the 23rd as the Santa Cruz Cardinals travel to Cabrillo to take on the St. Francis Sharks.
My name is Robert Rodriguez. I'm from St. Francis High School. CTV Sports is my home team.
We're back here at Trevin Dilfer Field in Aptos. The Mariners a 23-13 lead over the Soquel Knights here on Community TV. I want to thank everybody who's helped us out here on Community TV, put this broadcast on, including Cruz IO Internet. Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, co-location data center, offering high-speed internet, also flexible workspaces with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com. Santa Cruz Diner, will you'll always find great food at a reasonable price. Family owned and operated since 1998, Santa Cruz Diner is kid-friendly and offers a wide selection of traditional and vegan items. Their great staff and comfortable eating environment will make you feel right at home. Featured on the Food Channel, easy to find on Ocean Street in Santa Cruz. On the web at santacruzdiner.com. Great food price right at the Santa Cruz Diner. And we also want to thank out Benson Masonry, specializing in all forms of residential and commercial stone masonry, including fireplaces, retaining walls, block foundations, and decorative patios. Benson Masonry, 479-9636, stone masonry specialist, serving Santa Cruz County since 1981. Along with Kurt Edwards, Tim Swartz here, and let's check it out, see how this first half went.
Well, it went really quickly as the Soquel Knights came out of the chute very fast. Morgan with a 60-yard handoff and down the left side. He went for the first touchdown on the evening for anybody, and definitely for the Aptos Mariners, and they were going to assert themselves even more deep in the end zone. They're going to come up with a block. Hale's punt is blocked, rolls out of the end zone, so Aptos fires themselves on top 9-0. And then here comes the big horse. Rojas just running over people into the end zone. Soquel finds themselves up on top 16-0, but a little direct snap to Hale, and up he goes real quick.
And that made this one 16-7. We'll go down to Daniel James Howell, who's standing by with Coach Blankenship.
Coach, they're coming out passing the ball a little bit more than expected. Have you had to make any adjustments for that?
We had a couple breakdowns in coverage, and they had a couple really good catches, and we've got to contain the quarterback. He does a nice job throwing the ball and scrambling, so we've got to do a better job in that respect.
So despite 2 turnovers, you guys are still ahead because of that great start that you had. What adjustments are you making going into the second half?
We just got to play better defense. Defense is the name of the game, and I thought we were getting close, and we haven't played very good defense first half.
Thanks for talking to us, Coach.
All right, thanks.
All right, that's a story down here on the sidelines. Back up to you, Tim and Kurt.
Thank you very much, Mr. Howell. Is the score at the half is 23-13. We saw the highlights. The last highlight we saw was the Hale touchdown. It was 16-7 after 1. Rojas had a 1-yard score, made this one 23-7. But towards the end of the first half, just about 50 seconds remaining in the first half, Cordoza found Fabiano Hale. A 29-yard pass with a missed PAT made it 23-13.
Yep, and then to end the actual half, you can see Riggs Powell doing a fantastic job of scrambling for his life. Went down the field looking for one of his receivers and got it intercepted by Dalton. There is arguably the #1 snack shack in the county, and that's the Mariner Football Club. Thank you very much, Junior Clifton and Brian Bogard, for outfitting our crew with some delicious food prior to the start of this fabulous football game.
And of course, our director, Craig Judson, did not have a cheeseburger. He had a double cheeseburger, which is what he needs.
You know what? He works so hard from game to game, getting all of the stats, getting everything lined up, getting here, getting that fantastic production truck into position. He needs a double cheeseburger.
Some of the flavor, we saw the barbecue, and here's the halftime entertainment, the Aptos dance team. I don't think that Kurt or I could do those New York Rockette-like kicks.
They do a great job, dedicated to the craft, and just wonderful halftime entertainment, the Aptos High School dance team. You're right, they do look like the Rockettes.
They had those kicks, and I was saying, actually at halftime also in the broadcast booth, Kurt and I had our practice
against the Mariners.
Those kicks.
So a 15-yard penalty will be assessed against the Mariners.
So the kickoff will be from the 25-yard line
Kicker
instead of the 40.
Will feed the ball up at his own 25-yard line for the Mariners. Back deep for Soquel.
Back deep is Fabiano Hale and Tucker Wiggins. Nicholson to kick this one off. Soquel only down by 10 to the #1 team in the Sentinel poll. This one will hit off the 30. Wiggins will take it, tries to reverse, and it will be reversed to the near sidelines, 40-yard line, just getting knocked out of bounds. A touchdown saving tackle by Strom. Dalton had the near side wide open.
And, you know, you would never picture this one from Ron Myers. He's always very conservative. But this is well done, and except for Strom, who does a good job of staying home on that side, the straight arm by Dalton tried to shake him, but he was too close to the sidelines, but he was just maybe 1-2 strides from breaking that thing down for a touchdown.
It was so close. Dalton had the near side wide open. Cordoza, sweep right. Reyes tries to turn it left. Flag on the play. He's going to reverse action and get to the 49-yard line to gain about 4 yards, but he's not going to get anything. That's going to be a holding penalty. That was about 3 yards deep, so it'll set up a 2nd and 23.
Great job by the Aptos Mariners, left side of that defensive front, sealing off, getting penetration, not allowing Reyes to get around that corner.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So that's a tough break for the Soquel Knights. They're backing it up 10 yards. But their style of offense, Tim, so far, that's not that big of a deal. They've got the running backs and Fabiano Hale and Dalton that could easily break a 10, 15-yard run without even thinking. And they've been getting a nice job of protecting their quarterback, Cordoza, who's hitting passes 10, 15 yards down the field.
So it's a first down and 23. Cordoza, pump fake, complete to the far side. Dalton at the 35-yard line, skips tackler, 40-yard line. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but flags fly. again.
After a pickup of about 14 yards, however, there is another penalty in the
Don't know which way this one's going. Block in the back, and that'll negate another big game.
Now those are the type of penalties that'll cause coaches to be follically challenged very, very quickly.
You were a former coach on this not the same
Not
turf
this field.
but the same area. I guess I'll say it.
I did play at the at this field, but the stadium wasn't nearly as nice as it is currently.
Block in the back. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So from the spot of the ball, we back up 10 yards, and Soquel, very similar to the first quarter, comes out, has some penalties, and finds themselves going in reverse.
It is the always popular 1st and 26.
First and a long-distance bus ride.
Let's see if they'll try to run the ball, pass the ball. Long way to go. Cardoza drops back. He's going to tuck and run. 30-yard line. Cuts to the left, to the 36.
Lucas Cardoza on the quarterback keeper.
Of just about 7.
Both of these quarterbacks are very elusive. Good scramblers, use their feet well. Cardoza looking down the field, feels the pressure, steps it up inside, not going to hesitate. Like to see him, control the ball a little bit better, but you can see he tucks it right into his body as he's getting ready to make that contact.
Cardoza, one-step drop, fires it far side. It's in the hands of 2 players. Went off of Dalton on offense, then Strom on defense. 3rd down and 19.
He really threw that thing. Watch this frozen rope right in there. Just a little bit of a wobble, and believe it or not, the spiral that's coming in tight, but when that ball starts to wobble, it's not as easy to catch as it comes into your hands. You really have to concentrate. Even harder to catch a pass like that.
So it's trips to the near side, one to the far. Hale is in the backfield as Cardoza trying to elude tacklers. Throws this one to Hale. Might have even been a lateral. Hale is going to run out of space to the near side unless he can get a block. Runs through a tackler, 50-yard line. 40, one man to beat at the 30. Stiff arm, 15. Breaks the tackle, 5. Touchdown.
I'm going to check for flags. None. Unbelievable play.
As I mentioned at the beginning of the play, there were about 3 players. I thought Fabiano Hale was going to run out of space to the near sidelines. Well, Hale made some space, and it ends up being a 66-yard score.
And fans across the way in the Soquel Knights stands are very, very excited, and really, who wouldn't be? Number 34, what an exciting football player.
And here's the extra point attempt. Waiting for one more player, waiting for a couple more players to come on the field.
Now this will drive you nuts, but of course the play was so exciting I could see somebody not paying that much attention to, I got to be in there.
Mendez, extra point attempt. Didn't look like he caught it well, and it looks wide right, and it is. Big miss. It's a 4-point game instead of a 3-point game, and it is 23-19 off of that insane play by Fabiano Hale.
Watch this. Great job by Cardoza. Looking down the field, not there, not there. He's got one safety valve, and that's number 34. Finally sees him after he gets away from a tackle. Nice block by Wiggett coming back. There's one way. He's going to get around the corner. And he's going to go through an arm tackle. And remember, Randy Blankenship says we've got to play better defense. We've got to tackle. Stiff on arm McInerney, who tries to drag him down and cannot get him down. That is one big, strong running back. Fabiano Hale, 6'1", 215 pounds, and fast.
There you see one of our cameramen, Vance Garrott, on the field. And we might get another look at that play, but I think it's hard for me to tell if that was a lateral or a pass.
Well, I couldn't tell. From my angle, I'm going to say it was a pass, but it was very, very close. You're right, Tim, to see if he was actually behind the quarterback when the quarterback released it and Hale caught it.
Of course, if it's a lateral, it's a throw backwards, pass, throw forwards. And if it is a lateral, then it's a 64-yard run for Fabiano Hale. If it's not, it's a 64-yard reception Mendez, kickoff, end over ender. Taken at the 10-yard line by Ungret. He runs to the 30-yard line, and he's taken down at the 36. A nice tackle by Ledesma again on special teams.
Ungret doing a nice job of catching the ball, looking up the field to see how his offensive mates are going to be coming back and block. Then he's got to start up and establish a direction. He can use the blocks left or right. And you're right, Ledesma doing a nice job of breaking down and making that tackle.
A dive play up the gut.
And up to number 42, Philip Rojas.
And it was Rojas who gained 7.
Forward across the 40 to the
Rojas unofficially 9 carries on the evening. Most of those folks, guess where? Between the tackles.
Powell with 5, Morgan with 3, including a touchdown. The 2 has 1. Medina had a carry. I mean, it's a normal cast of characters, and here's another one of them. It's Dustin Sams. So we will get another look at the Fabiano Hale touchdown, if it's a lateral or a pass forward.
Well, he throws it from about his 29-yard line, and he catches it about the 28-yard line. So we'll call it a lateral from my vantage up here, and our great camera work up on top. Ron Losi and John Boucher doing some high camera work for us tonight.
Man in motion left, and Powell will keep. He'll get a block dive forward into the yard marker. Well, we know he's short because he dove out of bounds into the marker.
Yeah, he was doing some air time, and he was able to get the corner, and you can see there was nice blocking out there on the far side. And the Soquel Knights tacklers definitely do respect the fact that Powell Riggs is a load, 6'2", 200 pounds when he comes around the corner, and they hit him low to try and knock those knees right out from underneath the young man.
Sams is right behind Powell. Man in motion, and Powell will pitch it to Andrade, 45-yard line. 40, and he's driven out of bounds at the 33. Good tackle.
Sorry about that, sir. McInerney with the scoop, getting out of bounds. McInerney wants to redeem himself after missing the having Hale get away from him. Looked like he went out of bounds right down where some of our crew is.
Jordan, one of our interns, is running cable.
Oh, well, we can get another one.
Showed off his athletic ability. Get out of the way. Powell, quick hitter up the guts. Sams crosses the 30 down to the 29, 5-yard play.
Across the 30 to the 29 and pick up a 5 yards. Making the tackle for Soquel, number 25.
I do like the way that the Aptos Mariners are using the run very effectively. They've got a nice inside game, and with the speed that McInerney has and Powell has, they're able to get that thing and skedaddle outside. No, I forgot number 18, Morgan, who had the 60-yard touchdown run.
Morgan's lined up to the right side of this formation. He's in motion. Handoff is to Rojas. Crosses the first down marker. Gains an extra yard. Total of 6 yards inside of the 25. A first down again for the Mariners.
Now, right now, I think the Aptos Mariners under head coach Randy Blankenship are making a statement. They're trying to regain the personality that they are, which is an effective ground machine. They can just grind them out. They only got like 360, 370 some odd yards last week, and that will upset them. So they want to establish dominance again.
Powell in the play action, fires it over the middle. He had his tight end open, but Bonzel was not 7'1". He's just 6'1".
Now, Alec looked at that ball going over the top and thought, even if I jump, I'm still going to be 2 feet too short. But that's one of those things when the adrenaline really gets in the quarterback's body and arm, and that's a touch pass that you got to work on.
Misdirection handoff, wide open, Morgan, 20-yard line, 15, 10, 5 dives towards the pylon, into the end zone. Touchdown Mariners.
On 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line, the handoff.
24 yards. Tyler Morgan.
Dives into the end zone for the Mariners.
His second
touchdown.
big run for a touchdown of the day.
Great job by Aptos. First, selling the fakes inside, and then, of course, Morgan having that tremendous speed to get around the corner.
Nicholson to attempt the point after touchdown.
Nicholson on the kick. And
The
it
kick
has
is up,
plenty of distance.
and it is
It's true.
good.
It's good.
7:19 remaining in the third quarter of play.
Well, the top scoring team of the SCCAL is back at it with the touchdown to make it
Watch
30-19.
Going around the corner is an escort service for Morgan. You can see the big numbers. When you get a 60 numbers and the 70 numbers running down the field, you know you've done that well. Yarena Alejandro, number 66, who did a good job pulling out around the corner. I don't even know if he had to actually throw a block, but he did a nice job from his right guard position. Just a nice pulling guard. So he's coming a long way around to get out around the corner to lead his running back.
Nicholson's ready for the kickoff. Hale will be deep with Widget.
How big is that missed point after touchdown for Soquel, that they scored that first touchdown here in the third quarter and then missed the point after?
It's an 11-point game instead of it being a 10-point game.
Nicholson to keep the
Onside
ball.
kick, it is taken
And
by
Nicholson's
the
kickoff is fielded
Mariners.
by number
And
21,
the
Zachary Ledesma.
Knights pick it up.
And Soquel will have a first and 10.
That was Ledesma, number 21. Zach doing a nice job. Bounces just over the hands of one Knight. Ledesma doing a nice job. Sees the on-rushing blue shirts and says, I'm hitting the deck before McInerney takes my head off.
Yes. Talking yesterday with the special teams coach at Stanford, he used to be at Notre Dame, named Brian Polian, and he was telling me kickoff return coverage is like nothing because you got to run back 10 yards and then block people who have about a 30-yard sprint on you just to gain off to the left side. But we just saw some of the violent collisions over to the left side.
Yep, it's no fun. They don't call it a suicide squad for nothing. That was Dalton with the carry, picking up about 6 yards on his unofficially 6th carry on the night. See, both of these squads, Tim, they have, because of the style of the offense, a lot of people are going to be carrying the ball, quarterback included.
Two wide rights, one left, and the left end is Hale. 2nd and 3, long pass. A streaking Widget collected at the 35, and he's taken down at the 33.
Making the reception, number 10,
Tucker Widget, the junior, he's just a 5'8" player, but he's got tremendous speed.
Wiggett doing a nice job. McInerney on the coverage. Really couldn't do that much with it. Ball was perfectly thrown on the outside. Aaron was just maybe a stride behind him and was there to make the tackle, but great execution.
Snap, handoff around left side. It's Dalton, gets a big block to the 20-yard line. And he's down to the 17. Well, Fabiano Hale, we'll see it on the replay, just trucked a Mariner. Sprung him for about an extra 8 yards.
He did a great job, and also back there, number 28, Schmidt. Watch him coming around the Hale right there. Schmidt in the background throwing the first block. Hale says, just get out of my way, Mr. Burr. We need some room for my running back. And that's what makes this offense so effective. You block for each other. They're a unit, they're a team, they being the running backs and the wideouts.
It's Dalton in motion left. Instead, Hale, he never really had his feet underneath him. Does fall forward for 2 yards.
I'm not certain he even had the ball, let alone his feet underneath him. He did end up holding on to it.
Hale taken down after a pickup of about a yard.
Yeah, you
Coming off the bottom of the
see, he's had trouble cutting.
Yep, right down here at ground level at Trevor Dilfer Stadium, or field, excuse me. He's able to get in there, but you can see the wrestling match. Once you get in there, amongst the big boys, they start playing tug-of-war with your arms, trying to get the football out.
Hale in motion, and Dalton off the double fake. Tries to find a crease, 15-yard line. And an ankle tackle will bring him down at the 8.
The handoff to
Does he have enough for a first down? It looks like he does.
Dalton close to another Soquel first down. We'll check these spots.
I'll tell you one thing. You watch that motion.
Number 34, Eli
Ugrit on the tackle, number 34. First down for the SoCal Knights. But you have to respect Hale. It's just like on the other side. There's a first fake to Hale going away. There's a give to Dalton on that side. You can see a bunch of white shirts already down the field trying to clear the way for the young running back.
Hale sweep right, cuts it up left, barrels over a man into the end zone. SoCal is back on the scoreboard. 30-25, they strike back. And there's that man again, Fabiano Hale. He scored his 3rd time of the day.
He's touched the ball 8 times as far as a running back is concerned, and his 3 touchdown.
4th touchdown, excuse me. He has 2 touchdown runs, 3 touchdown runs, and 1 catch.
Yep.
One of the 3 touchdown runs was on the lateral. We're pretty sure it's a lateral.
Knights going for 2.
Cardoza, sweep right.
See if he can get that corner.
Can't get the corner. He cuts it up.
The 2-point conversion. The
2-point conversion is good.
Fabiano Hale, and Hale is into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Well, Hale
remaining in the 3rd quarter
has scored
the scoreboard shows the Aptos Mariners 30.
26 of the 27 points for Soquel.
Well, you know what? He's going to earn his hamburgers tonight when it's all said and done.
Touchdown
That's your
pitch.
Little inside pitch, but you can see the great peripheral vision that number 34 has. Take it outside, but what really shows up is the left side of the offensive line for the SoCal Knights, the guard and the tackle over there on the left side, able to come down and sweep, get in the backfield, and get a piece or at least interfere in some way, shape, or form with the Aptos linebackers and the deep safeties that are back there.
And you mentioned it's a play towards the cone, but he just stuck it upfield.
Right, he's looking outside, he sees it, it's not there, there's that lane again. He just makes a hard left, nice little 90-degree turn, and up the field he goes. Now, you know, Joe Silva does a nice job from his right tackle and Prentice from his right guard position. Actually, that whole offensive front for the SoCal Knights are doing great, which is Silva, Zigman, Cisco, Prentice, and Silva again.
Mendez ready to kick off, back, ready to receive is Eli Undrich. It will go to him. Collects at the 15-yard line.
15.
Not much room, and he'll go down at the 29.
Eli Undrich taking the kickoff at his own 13-yard line.
Well, he gets it down from his 13, comes up. He's got a little hitch in his get-along, but he took a pretty good whack as he brought the ball up to the 29-yard line. This game is everything that it's lived up to be. You know, I was just kind of kidding with both of the coaches, say, well, you're going to have to score 30 to 35 points just to win this thing. And they said, well, if our defense comes to play, maybe we can hold the other team under 29.
Swing over to the right side, ends to the 40-yard line, goes Markinarney, and he will gain a first down, just crosses the 40, and to get to the 40 for a first.
Ninth carry for Aaron McInerney. And you can see there's that big hole, and look at down the field. You can see these big numbers, the 70 numbers. That's Tyler Price, number 72, downfield, throwing blocks for his running back.
It's Rojas who loses the ball, and he will collect it quickly, a gain of 2. Never had it, I think.
I don't think he ever had it. They're still in a tug of war down on the bottom, but the officials have already determined that it's going to be the Mariners' ball. I'll tell you what, football's with that little odd shape and that bounceability that sometimes you get that thing, it'll come right back to you, and sometimes you don't.
See Nicholson, the kicker, he has been good. He's connected in all 4 of his extra point attempts. Here's Morgan, the big play kid. Again has a big play, see you later. 30-yard line at the fullbacks. Wiggett's not going to catch him, 20, 10-5 touchdown. Morgan, touchdown number 3. This time it's a 56-yard score.
The handoff with the number 18, Tyler Morgan. Morgan got around the outside and into the end zone.
Again, great blocking by the left side of the Aptos Mariners. And we also saw that 2 of the SoCal Knights ran into each other on that 56-yard run. And I'll tell you, Morgan's well over the century mark, coming in on probably 200 yards. with just over 110 yards just on 2 carries.
Extra point is up, and it is good. Yeah, quick math. Morgan on 3 touchdown carries has 140 yards. That's just 3 carries.
Watch this. Morgan around the corner on the sweep, which is what this offense is famous for. And there go down 2 of the Soquel Knights on a Gettleman number 19 running into his own one, and number 18. Mr. Morgan, just fabulous going down there. Tyler Morgan, 5'9", 160 pounds. Dan Gruber, who is a track coach here, and Mark Dorfman, athletic director, football coach, jack of all trades, master of all of them at the same time, has got to be happy that he could have a pretty good track star right there. Yes, I am happy, says 18.
All right, so here's the answer to our trivia question. All-time D1 rusher, Tomlinson, Williams, Dane, Dorsett. Your thoughts?
Let's go Badgers. Wisconsin Badgers, Ron Dane.
And you are correct. You know, the thing that's funny is Ricky Williams, the year before, broke the record, and then Ron Dane in 1999 breaks it. Over 6,300 yards.
And now with all of these running backs coming out after maybe just 2 years, that record's pretty solid.
Dane stayed 4 years. His final game was 2000, a victory over Stanford in the Rose Bowl. As Wiggett picks it up at the 20-yard line, follows his blockers, spins forward to the 40, still going, finally taken down, just crossing the 40-yard line. We have seen big plays on both sides of the ball and special teams.
Well, one of the things, the enthusiasm and the determination on both of these squads is tremendous, and sometimes catching the ball isn't, but Wiggett does a nice job. Watch him, gets in there on the wedge. Good peripheral vision. Again, missed tackle. And I'll tell you one thing, these coaches, when they review the film on Monday with their young athletes, they're going to have a chalkboard going, and they're going to have so many notches on the chalkboard for missed tackles.
Quickly, with the defensive line not set for Aptos, Hale gets the carry. 8 yards.
Well, both of these clubs are now starting to really pick up the pace. Aptos, now that I stop and think about it, always had a quick offense. They got out there, got the play call, got to the line of scrimmage, did not let the Soquel Knights defense get set. Soquel, not quite as crisp, but they're up to the line real quick. Soquel Aptos having a tough time getting set.
A pitch to the right side for Hale. Follows his blockers, churning the Pistons forward. He gets to the 46 after a gain of 6.
I have a small feeling that who we got down on the field, Cramp. Oh, and that's, it's a warm night. But if you have not been hydrated coming into this game and stay hydrated, these young players, and many of them go both ways, Tim, are going to start cramping up. And
it looks like Dalton.
Nothing hurts more. Now we got 2. Here we go. We want to see some of our future games here. We got coming up Santa Cruz versus St. Francis. Then Pajaro Valley against Monte Vista Christian, and the always popular and always exciting SCCAL Girls Volleyball Championship. And then we're going to end it with a little college football as Gavilan from Gilroy comes over and takes on Cabrillo College.
Should be a fun season here on your home team, CTV Sports.
That's Dalton down there getting his legs stretched out a little bit. And I saw number 64, which was Benjamin Silva, also extending out, getting the hamstring and the calf, which is primarily what you're going to start cramping up on.
When you were a coach, what did you tell your players to not cramp?
Well, unfortunately, we weren't that smart. Here's that last play, a little back pitch to Hale, and you can see the crowd of people that are escorting him, and there's Dalton right down on the bottom of it, and that's when he cramped up. But we definitely were doing water breaks. We had a lot of water on the sidelines, and we would tell them, drink, make sure that you're well hydrated, you've got a lot of fluid in it. Potassium was always very essential, so make sure that the body does not cramp up.
Bananas, if you want potassium.
Well, you've got bananas, but you're gonna have a bushel full of bananas by the time you're out on that field. But you just should. The main thing is you come to the field hydrated, ready to play. You don't do it at the game. At halftime, you want to be able to be drinking some more water so you can be hydrated for the second half of play. Coaches now know that. Coaches in my day, we weren't quite that quick on it.
And an early penalty.
Mr. Bunner, the orator, speaks.
Dead ball.
Dead ball.
Illegal procedure.
The call against Soquel.
Against Soquel.
The 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty.
It'll be 1st and 15.
Replay the down.
How many, probably at least a handful, if maybe more than that, have we watched Soquel come up to the line of scrimmage, illegal procedure, do something that backs them up 5 yards, 10 yards, and it hurts them. Now, this field's already 100 yards long. You don't want to, give up ground you already gained.
Shotgun, end to each side. Hale on the double fake, right side. And he's going to keep going forward. Fabiano Hale gains 16 yards.
Directed handoff to
This
number
guy is
34,
unbelievable.
Fabiano
Looked like
Hale.
a 5-yard play, and
Hale
Hale
picks up 15 yards
breaks
and
off an extra
another
11.
Soquel first down.
He did a fantastic job carrying John Sullivan with him, as well as a few other people. And there you see Sullivan hanging on for dear life. Gunnar Glom in there from his linebacker position. You wrap yourself around Hale's waist, you might as well just get a saddle and reins and climb on board because you're going for a ride.
35 cents, I guess, for the bus ride from Fabiano Hale. He'll collect it after the game. As a sweep left for Ledesma, and he'll get to the 32. Gains about 4.
Ledesma taken down after a pickup of 3. Making the tackle for the Mariners, number 56, Ryan Corley.
It's kind of like SC of the days old. Student body left, student body right, little sweep here, little sweep there, get it off the tackle, but you want to just keep moving, and this is tough work and fun work if you're an offensive lineman.
Quick pitch. Hale going nowhere. Check that. He's breaking 4 tackles. Hale is finally taken down at the 35. How did he get a yard there?
I don't know that answer, but I'll give a lot of credit to Aptos. They walled him off over as he went to the right side. As somebody just gets picked up off the deck.
Joel Silva just had to bring up Hale.
I'm sure he's tired because Hale is the punter, a linebacker, a good one, and a fantastic running back. He's in the slot right now.
Cardoza running right, throws this one over the middle, just a little bit too high for Widget. It's going to be a 4th and 9, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 10-point lead.
Tucker also limping. All of these players are going to be banged up after the night's game. But watch Cardoza, low snap, steps up inside the pressure, still feels it, throws off his back leg, so he's not able to get on top of it and bring the ball down, and it sails a little bit. Tucker tried to bring it on in, couldn't do it, paid the price. Ball goes by, and there's a defender there. It's a free ticket to hit.
So Cardoza is in the shotgun. 4th and 9. 3-step drops, looks to his left, wants to tuck. He was almost taken down, spins through a tackle, but he is stopped 3 yards short. And if it wasn't for that little tug, he probably would have gotten the first down.
He very well may have. Cody Kapura, number 5, when we watch this replay, watch how he attacks Cardoza. Cardoza's a big man, steps inside, line pushes him away, almost brought down there, but he keeps his balance. Kapura goes for the high tackle, and he runs right through it. Then finally there's enough blue shirts there to take him down just short of the first down.
And the ball is spotted at the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 30. Powell, student body right, 40-yard line. 45 to the 48-yard line on a 22-yard gain. McInerney.
Aaron McInerney, just like Morgan, just like all of the running backs for that matter, for both of these clubs, just having a fantastic game. Has that ball tucked in, continues to run right through everything. Gettleman, number 19, from his corner position, makes the tackle.
There's a run to the right, big hole up the middle. Gaping hole to the 35-yard line. Goes Medina, and a quick shout out to this offensive line. Tyler Price, Ryan Corby, Tanner Lardy, Alex Yermea, and Trevor McLernan because they are really helping out this running back.
They're doing a quick job. Quick snap up to the line of scrimmage they come.
Powell, couple of misdirections. It ends up a handoff left, and another first down to the 19-yard line. Went to another first down.
And that is the end of the third quarter of play, and he ran right by Chase Tedson. Did not even see him as he was going past him.
37-27, Soquel is trailing Aptos as we go into the fourth quarter. We'll take another look at that last play by the 2.
There you see him going by through, just a nice hang on by the shirt, literally. Isaac got him from his corner position because he went right by an inside linebacker.
So we want to thank some of the people that have helped make this possible. Some of our sponsors: Cruz.io Internet, Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, a co-location data center, and flexible workspaces with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com. And by Santa Cruz Diner, where you'll always find great food at a reasonable price. Family owned and operated since 1998, Santa Cruz Diner is kid-friendly and offers a wide selection of traditional and vegan items. Their great staff and comfortable eating environment will make you feel right at home. Featured on the Food Channel, easy to find on Ocean Street in Santa Cruz, right off of Highway 1, on the web at santacruzdiner.com. Great food, priced right at the Santa Cruz Diner.
There's Alex Gonzalez. Big old Alex played football here for us. Nice offensive and defensive lineman. If I remember right, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong because he always did, he was a tackle.
Couple of fake handoffs off his back foot. Wide open diving catch at the 2-yard line for Bonsall. And you think he's fired up?
Bonsall did a fantastic job of hauling that thing in. Watch his concentration by Bonsall. Nice little fake inside, good blocking. There's a hold that they got away with, and that's pretty good. But he ran a great route, got completely away from the man responsible for covering him. But a good job of concentrating on bringing the ball in.
It's a handoff up the middle into the end zone. Dustin Sams, and they're past 40 again.
Sam's doing a nice job of just following the left side of the Aptos Mariner line, right over the left tackle Price and the left guard Corley. And this is the type of thing that, you know, if you're Ron Myers, you're saying, you know, you can't keep going punch for punch.
Kick is up, it's a low one, and it's good. Another good extra point from Nicholson, 44-27.
Yeah, the Aptos Mariners got 14 points in the third quarter, and they start the fourth quarter off with another 7. And that's part of the deal. You're kind of looking at it. It was 14-14 in the fourth quarter, but you give up on downs, which is what Soquel did on that last drive, and the Aptos Mariners saying, all right, fine, we've got to stop, so we're going to convert, and that's exactly what they did. Just going right up the middle with Sams for about a 2-yard plunge.
And thus far, correct me if I'm wrong, but Aptos punted the ball once.
I think you're right. I think they punted the ball once, and I remember.
And an INC ended a half, too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a regular interception. It was a regular interception that was, who cares if it's interception or incomplete.
If you pick it off and we tackle you before you get in the end zone, I don't care. I think Aptos, yes, once. Soquel, I remember the punt in their end zone that was blocked for the safety by Strom.
There's also one for a touchback, so 2 punts. So we've seen 3 total punts in 3 quarters and 18 seconds.
And a whole bunch of yards.
Here is the kickoff. It's an onside kick. Nicholson had it for a moment. The ball's loose to the far sidelines.
The onside kick
and
is
sliding forward
by the
as Hale is down. Wiggett collected it, but Fabiano Hale is down.
Now that's one of those plays that if you come out of that without getting hurt, you're lucky. As number 10, Wiggett's got the ball. Watch his scrum up the middle, almost gets it as the kicker, Nichols. And Wiggett does a nice job of just trying to corral it because everybody's racing for the ball. It's bouncing all over everywhere.
And Nicholson kicked the ball. He had a chance
Nicholson
at
kicked it, and then he kicked it. He almost had it, and then his foot got between his hands where the ball was, and he squirted it down the field. Either way, the Soquel Knights are going to take over on their own 32.
So not exactly what Aptos drew up, but not exactly a disaster. Instead of the ball at the 50-yard line, it's all the way back to 32. Snap back to Cordoza. Looks far side, fires far side, and he finds Kevin Kiff for a first down for 13 yards.
I think that's the first time we've called Kiff's name, at least on the offensive side of the ball. You can see everybody launching in, the push is up. You know, you got to make sure that you're going to have contain, and that was a nice tight spiral out to Kiff, who again goes off to the left side.
Snap, Hale on the screen right. They'll find him, 45-yard line. And he is taken down at the 47, short gain of 3.
Strom, number 89, from his defensive end outside linebacker position. And just a quick look, they're just going to go right to him. A little look downfield to make sure you freeze some of the on-rushing people. And then nice job by Strom just to hang on and just get Hale off balance just enough that he falls down.
One wide to each side, one wing as well. Man in motion, Dalton. He takes the sweep over to the left side, breaks one tackle, crosses the 45
handoff to number 26, Travis
into
Dalton.
Mariner territory to the 44-yard line. He gets a first down.
Hale's carried the ball unofficially 12 times, and that was Dalton's 8th time. Round the corner you go. You can see the Aptos Mariners in pursuit. Great straight arm. All of these running backs doing a fantastic job of using the straight arm technique. Capurro, number 5, from his inside linebacker position, sails through the air and makes the final hit on the tackle.
You look at the far sidelines. You see on your screen, not many bodies. Only 21 helmets is what I counted in terms of healthy players. But Soquel stayed into this game. Part of the reason Dalton, who weaves his way to the 26, but a penalty flag.
Yeah, that's thrown in the area where it could be an illegal block behind the back, or more than likely holding. We'll see what it's. Mr. Bunner gives a preliminary indication of holding from about the 35-yard line in Aptos territory.
Hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
First and 12.
Nice job all the way around. I like Dalton. He slashes well. I mean, he's got great lateral. Look at that. Nice move. Hits the brakes. Lets everybody blow right on by. Did not see where the holding was occurred, but somebody out there saw it.
First and 12. Long pass, and Widget had a step, but he also was interfered with.
We got a whole bunch of kites that just flew in on that one.
Looked like the penalty will go against Alex Burr.
Alan Burr was out there. There's the laundry. Mr. Bunner.
Defensive pass interference versus the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So there's a break for the Soquel Knights. As Wiggett was down the field. He actually had a step on Burr. That ball was just a little bit underthrown, and you can see that Burr never played the ball. He was completely playing the wide receiver. He had Tucker in his gun sights, had no idea where the ball was, no matter what. So defensive pass interference. Nice break, sort of, for the Soquel Knights.
And you see Burr gets a play off, because there's no wide receivers in there.
And we got a jump on the far side.
Yeah, it looked like the left side of the line.
Kevin Kiff, number 6, jumped just a little bit prematurely.
Dead ball. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
You know, the Soquel Knights are sort of playing the old-fashioned game of mumbly peg. You just have that knife and you drop it, and you try and drop it between your feet. Sometimes you miss your foot. Sometimes you hit it. more times than, well, I shouldn't say more times than not, but in inopportune times, the Soquel Knights have managed to drop the point of the knife right on their foot, back themselves up.
Yeah, it's a positive play to Dalton, then a penalty, then a penalty forward, now a penalty back. And here's a long throw left side. Wiggett collects it inside of the 10, knocked out of bounds at the 8 by Embrich.
Number 10, Tucker Wiggett. And SoCal
Tucker doing a fabulous job. Nice job by Cardoza. Very patient back there in the pocket. You can see the coverage coming over, Powell coming from his safety position. But one thing Cardoza did a great job of is that one little look. That's what you want to do as a quarterback, just freeze the safety so they can't get over for help.
Hale in motion, gets the ball to the 5. He cuts it forward, and he's dropped at the 1. Good tackle by McInerney.
Say, Ron Myers, when he went off for halftime, was asked what, you noticed you'd made some changes throwing the ball, and Ron was point blank just said, we had to do something different because nothing was, we've got to change it up because the Aptos Mariners are a good football team.
Pitch, Hale has a lane into the end zone. Touchdown number 5, Fabiano Hale.
Second and goal from the 2. The pitch puts to number 34, Fabiano Hale. And Hale going around the
You
right
get
side.
down there and you figure 34 is going to get the ball. I mean, you have to key on him. If you don't, he's going to come in and make that score. Great blocking for the right side of that offensive line for the Soquel Knights. They just do a fabulous, and they have all afternoon long.
So with 9:17 remaining, Mendez will have the extra point attempt to make it back down to a 10-point game. It is good.
9:17 remaining in the ball.
9:17 remaining.
Scoreboard shows
Tim, that's a big one. If you don't get that one now, that's an 11-point game, which is still 2 touchdowns. But you can get a touchdown if you can stop this very talented Mariner offense, and you can see him going through. Yes, he's touched, but he goes in standing up. Look at that drive. You can see everybody on the inside pushing their way right up the field. Zygmunt, number 51, doing a fantastic job getting in and just sealing off the inside to make sure that his running back has an outside lane.
And you hate to say this, we aren't too deep into the season that you can start kind of narrowing things down, but I think it's a 2-horse race for SCCAL Player of the Year. Jonah Hodges, Fabiano Hale.
You've got them 1 and 2. Just decide which side of the coin hits the ground and how it flips. Both of these are fantastic football players. Jonah Hodges, a senior. He's got to be getting some offers sooner or later. I know he's already got one school that's taking a peek at him anyways. And Fabiano Hale, he's a junior, so you're going to get one more year of this very, very talented football player.
Yeah, Hale 6'1", 215. Here's the onside kick into the middle. A lot of bodies were there. It looked like Aptos had the ball clean. And they do.
Yes, it is.
Well, that onside kick really didn't fool anybody. Everybody started to come through. Bonsal with the recovery on the 49. You can see everybody, it's a mad dash to it. Just cover up, circle up, get on top of it. So the Aptos Mariners know that Soquel is going to try and do something to get that ball back. The onside kick is logical.
It looked like they broke the huddle with 12, and they did. So we'll see a penalty flag.
Prior to the play.
Not allowed to do that.
Illegal procedure is the call against the Mariners.
Dead ball.
That's a
legal procedure on the
that's
offense.
One of those things in the huddle.
5-yard penalty.
The way Aptos gets in and gets out so quick. If you don't have that right package, you usually have somebody going in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, who's not supposed to be here?
Let's see. Keeper and Powell cuts it upfield, 50-yard line. He gets back the penalty, late hits, and there's the flag. No doubt. He's taken out of bounds about the 47, and they'll go down to the 32 or so. In fact, they're going to actually mark him at the 44-yard line, which will take him down to the 29.
The referees will confer.
Personal foul against Soquel. So tacked on to the end of that 8-yard run will be.
I'll tell you one thing. Powell had a Ledesma was on the corner on that side, and he had the outside contain watches. Here comes Powell around the outside. Ledesma sits out there, but he's got a choice to make because he does have a pitch man, Powell does, that he could get to. He makes the right move. He makes sure that he denies the pitch, and Powell just turns it right upfield, and there wasn't any defensive support from the inside.
Isaac Gettleman hit him about a step and a half out of bounds. It was close, but when in doubt, it looked like he was running out of bounds. Ankle tackle from Dalton, and let's hope he's all right. He's down, looks like he might have re-cramped.
More than likely he did, and there goes the foot up. McInerney, he's been a workhorse. That's his 11th carry on the afternoon for the young 21. McInerney, he is just a junior, so we will see him next year.
And this roster for Aptos has some sophomores that play. The kicker, Nicholson, Sams, we've seen in for a lot of plays. He has a touchdown. You look at our quote of the day from the great Woody Hayes.
I like this thing. 3 things can happen when you throw the ball, and 2 of them are bad. The great Woody Hayes of Ohio State. Yep, you can throw an incomplete pass. It can be intercepted. When Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler used to get together back there, Ohio State versus Michigan, it was officially the 3 yards in a cloud of dust bowl. Neither one of those guys really like to throw the ball. Duffy Doherty up at Michigan State, he'd put the ball up a little bit, but he's right. You've got 3 things that can happen when you throw the ball in the air. You know, it could be a 4th, you get a pass interference, but that's 50-50 whether it's you or the defense.
I was going to say, yeah, the pass interference has become, I guess, a little bit updated from Woody Hayes, because we've seen defensive pass interference, it seems like, over the years a lot more, especially recently.
Well, in college and high school, it's almost, you can almost do it and live to see another day, because you bring it back to the line of scrimmage and then march off the penalty. In pro ball, that pass interference is right there where they were interfered with. So pro ball is sort of taking that, well, he's out of my hands, I'm just going to grab him and take him down because they don't want to get burnt for 50.
It's a 3rd down and 6. Powell has a ton of room. 20-yard line, 15, 10, 5, gets it by inside of the pylon, touchdown. Half-century mark, 50-34.
Rick Powell running the option to the right. Options to keep it himself, turns the corner, and sprints it.
Rick Powell, we've seen him throw the ball, we've seen him run the ball, now we've seen him score a touchdown.
And he's a great package. He is just going to be a great package. And it's really a shame that last year that he was injured so long, he really didn't get a chance to experience and learn the offense. So you could say he's just, you know, this is his first year running the whole show. And he's got tremendous speed as we saw him get there around the corner and then just go for that extra gear in for the touchdown. And Aptos Mariners just continue to pour it on. They answer the Soquel Knights that went down and scored. And here comes Powell. He sees it, watch him. That next extra burst, he knows he's got to get around the corner, and he is in for 6.
Yeah, the Aptos Mariners, they've really had this option attack going. And that right there was a triple option. He could have ran the dive, could have kept it, could have pitched it. But the option we're seeing here is not really the traditional option that, Kurt, when you were playing and you were kind of growing up and coaching, that teams were running.
Now, it's really changed a great deal from the old wishbone or the veer, which the veer is still in vogue. The wishbone, I think, is long gone. But you've taken the veer, which is off the wishbone, and then you bring in the old Delaware wing tee, and the double wing, and all the multiple looks that you can give. Quarterback is key in all of the different reads, and you're right. Powell said, I could have given the dive because I have a good running back for that one. I'm going around the corner. I've got that lane. I don't have to pitch it. You can give that fake pitch just to freeze the outside man so he stays home and looks and has to cover the pitch man. Oftentimes you say, no, on the outside guy, you come in and you just smack the ball carrier right in the face. If he pitches it, oh well.
Here's a kickoff. It's a short one. Hale at the 25-yard line. 40, 45. He's taken down at the 46. That was interesting. It was Isaac who kicked that one off instead of Nicholson, even though both were on the fields.
Yep, you just bring a whole bunch of people at it. Try and confuse the coverage team as best you can. Hale starts for the center, and you can see all the blocking coming to the inside. And just that time, it was a great tackle. You could see the tackler come in, hit him about waist high, wrap his hands around him, and then just take him right to the turf.
Aptos 51-34 leads. Snap back, swing, left. He's complete to Reyes. He's knocked out of bounds.
The pass is complete along the far
At
side.
the 48 of the Mariners.
Reyes with the catch. Gunnar Glom out there on defense. Gunnar Glom, his dad is Doug Glom of the Glom Egg Ranch. Doug played baseball for me here at Aptos way back when, and his brother Steve played against me in baseball. He was at UC Riverside and actually threw the winning game for the College Division II World Series for the Highlanders.
Pass over the middle, acrobatic catch. Guess who? Fabiano Hale to the 22.
You cannot deny Mr. Hale the ball in any way, shape, or form. He is going to get it, and once he gets his hands on it, this is a good job by Cardoza. Doesn't panic, low snap, picks it up. Hale does a nice job of getting to that spot in the field. Aptos in a deep zone. He spots an area where there isn't anybody right there, settles in, makes a nice catch. So now you see the ball down on the 22-yard line. Mariners are saying, all right, we've still got 7.5 minutes to go. We should stop him. We better
And Hale
stop
just
him.
went down with a cramp. He's out of the game. Cardoza looks like a design draw. Cuts it to the right side, to the 10-yard line, gets a block, to the 5, dives forward. He's in. Another highlight reel touchdown. Cardoza somehow connived his way into the end zone.
I think connive is the perfect word, Tim. Absolutely the perfect word. If anybody's out of gas, it should be 8. I know that Hale's been busy the entire time because he goes both ways. But just a fabulous job. Wiggett, number 10, will get a chance after this point after touchdown, hopefully to see that fantastic run by Cardoza. Throws a nice block, as did a lot of other of the Soquel Knights. Look at that score. Wow.
Extra point is up. It is good. That is the fourth touchdown we've had in the fourth quarter. It's no good, excuse me. And we're, by the way, 5 minutes and 40 seconds into the fourth quarter. Here's our fourth touchdown of the quarter.
Little fake that freezes everybody, brings it right up the middle. Good job of blocking on the inside. And then it just comes a lot. There's your inside block. And he knows he's got to get in, reach, and a dive. Fabulous job by Cardoza from his quarterback position. Lucas is having an absolutely fantastic night, throwing the ball and running the ball. There's one missed tackle. Here's the great block by Wiggett. There's is going to be sealing out that outside, and then the lunge into the end zone. Riggs Powell trying to get hold of his opposite number, the quarterback for the other team, but he can't do it. Fabulous job. Both of these quarterbacks, Tim, are just having wonderful outings. I mean, what a great game. Both of these squads are playing all out. The fans are getting tremendous entertainment, and as are we.
Fabiano Hale's back on his feet on the sidelines. It looks like he'll be ready. Here's this bunch formation. Again, right down the middle. Ball is loose. This time it's not cleanly for Aptos.
Is fielded at the 50-yard line, right at midfield.
And it will go to the Mariners.
Come up with it.
Coming out was Burr with the ball.
Number 4, Alan Muir.
Alan Muir, who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar on some coverage, comes up with a big reception. It's the all hands, the good hands crew right there. And they are right at the 50-yard line to make sure that that ball is going to be able to get there. And then they just pounce right on it. Muir doing a nice job. Because I'll tell you one thing. That ball was rolling, and right behind it was a whole bunch of bowling balls ready to just destroy anybody that had it.
2 misdirection handoff. And
the handoff to number 2, Isaac the Stu picks up about 7 yards on the play.
Score goes down. The 2 goes down. It's 51-40 is the score. With 7 minutes left.
Isaac Gettleman.
Gettleman with the tackle. Yes, you can see number 34 back there in his linebacker position.
Right sides. And Hackett, the 34-yard line. 10 more yards.
Dalton in on the tackle, 12th carry by McInerney. First down for Aptos. Both of these clubs, when they get done, they're going to be tired, legitimately so. There's going to be a lot of critique from both of these coaches. But I'll tell you, the coaching staffs are going to also point out that they played 48 minutes of solid football.
It's a handoff to the left side for Morgan. Makes one man miss. 30-yard line and a very hard collision. Reyes was there on the tackle for 5 yards. Let me put you on the spot here. Still got 6:18 remaining in this game. As I mentioned, it was a hard collision. Hopefully Morgan's okay.
Yeah, Morgan's still on the deck down there, because I'll tell you one thing, Reyes, all 5'10", 155 pounds of him, was in a good low position. Referee's timeout with 6:18 to go. Hopefully he's not too hurt.
Let me put you on the spot here while we have a moment. The team we saw last week, Santa Cruz and Aptos, they're the top 2 teams in this league according to many. And let me hear what you have to say. Between those 2 teams for the SCCAL championship, do you have an advantage from seeing these 2 teams back-to-back for one of the teams or the other?
I would give the advantage right now to the Aptos Mariners. I think they come at you with a few more weapons. I think they're just a little bit bigger and they have more depth as far as numbers that they can throw at you in the running back position. And defensively, it's not to take that much away from the Santa Cruz Cardinals, because they've got 2 really good running backs and a very good quarterback. But I'm watching this platoon of running backs that the Aptos Mariners can get out there, and they're probably just a little bit bigger on that offensive front, and they've got some decent, some pretty good receivers. So I'll tell you one thing, when these 2 teams meet, and they are going to meet down the road, it's going to be the same track meet that you're seeing tonight between the Soquel Knights and these Aptos Mariners, because it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Now we're going to look at this play again. Hopefully Morgan's all right.
Well, he's up under his own power, and that's the good news. Coming right into your kitchen. Watch number 18. He's going to be led around the corner. Nice block out in front. Just gets dropped right in there, and the late hit probably was more of a cause for having him have his neck hurt.
Riggs Powell runs the option, dives forward, spins forward, gets the first down to the 23.
Tell you, these linebackers for both of these teams are both fast, and that was number 26 Dalton from his inside position, getting out there around the corner on about I think that's the 10th or 11th carry for Powell. They're looking at Morgan right now. You can see they've got his hands on the neck, taking very close care of him. Trainers in today's game are just so fantastic.
Couple of cuts upfield, 10, 5, into the end zone. Again, a touchdown. It's Isaac to 2.
The handoff up to number 2, Isaac to 2. And the 2 gets into the end zone for the Mariners touchdown.
And, ladies and gentlemen, that's touchdown number 5 of the 4th quarter. We're 6 minutes and 12 seconds into this quarter.
You know what? When you look at what these 2 teams did, I'll take another peek back at it. They can score the points with just about anyone.
The kick is up, and it is good.
Well, this one took a little bit longer in between the first 3 touchdowns of this quarter. You had about 4 minutes, and this one took a whole 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Well, Destute comes from his wing position, then cuts it back inside over the tackle and kicks it to the outside, because the Soquel Knights have lost that outside contain. And Isaac just does a fantastic job of just going through the gears, scoring that touchdown. And 58 points on the board for the Aptos Mariners. That exceeds their high so far on the year. They scored 52 points in a win in their very first game of the season against Hillsdale, where they beat Hillsdale 52-33. Then after that, they took a loss to Oakdale, and Mariners only scored 21 points, which is their lowest number on the season. And it was 42, 43, 32, and then they had another slump against Scotts Valley where they only scored 35. But on the flip side, this is the 2nd most points defensively that the Aptos Mariners have given up.
Brooks Nicholson has Heat up at his own 40.
Here's the kickoff. Squib kick.
By Wiggett.
And Wiggett will just goes down.
So first and 10 for the Soquel Knights. The ball will be spotted at their own
Soquel Knights will try to respond, down 18 with 5:48 remaining in the game. Along with the coach, Kurt Edwards, my name is Tim Swartz, thanking you for joining us here on the CTV Game of the Week. You like offense? You've gotten it today.
You've gotten offense. They're spelling defense with all lowercase letters. Offense is king, and you know what? If I know Ron Myers, and I have for way too many years to admit, his nights aren't done yet.
Cardozo back, and he's going to run it himself. Tripped up at the 35-yard line by Capurro. Well, there's been 5 touchdowns in this fourth quarter after 4 touchdowns in the third. 9 total touchdowns in the second half alone.
Cardozo feels the pressure. Everybody had dropped back defensively by the Aptos Mariners, so he's going to take advantage of it. Nice block again by Wiggett. You know, one of the things that both of these teams don't want to do is late. Everybody's tired. You just don't want to make that stupid play and get an unnecessary roughness call.
Dalton over to the left. Looks like he'll cross the first down marker. And with 5:05 remaining in the game, clock will stop. Late here in our game of the week. Local time is past 10 o'clock.
Tell you one thing, it's exciting enough. You have no idea how long this game has really been going because the intensity that both of these clubs are playing.
And a penalty. Again.
That's one thing I haven't been keeping too close tabs on, are the number of penalties by both of these squads.
There have been a lot of penalties pre-snap against Soquel.
Dead ball. Coach Schmidt against the defense. Repeat first down.
Yeah, part of that is they line up in a neutral zone. And as a coach, and now you're 6 weeks into the season, you can't quite figure that one out. But then again, the Oakland Raiders can't figure it out, and they're professionals.
Clock will run with 4:40.
Penalty marker prior to the snap.
Penalty flag.
And this type of an encroachment is just trying to get off the ball quick.
Illegal procedure is the call against Soquel.
Again against Soquel.
Illegal procedure against the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Let's make it first and 10.
It'll be a 1st and 10. And I believe the clock should continue to run. And in fact, between these two penalties, they've taken 40 seconds off the clock.
Probably the longest between yards gained. And there's another jump. 43 this time. We'll see if he was drawing offsides. Brody Bennett. Yes, he was drawing offsides. See, defensively, once that offense jumps, we have a
dead ball. Illegal procedure. False snap. 5-yard penalty on the offense. Repeat first down.
And again, as a defensive lineman, linebacker, watch Bennett, 43 on the near side. There's a hesitation with the snap, then delay, but if it's a great job by the defense, they just jump right across the line of scrimmage.
You know what's interesting is 5:05 was with the 1st and 10. Now it's 4:05 and running, but they've taken about a minute and now 15 seconds in between plays coming off. I'll finish the point after this play is Cardozo throws, has Kiff open to the 30, and he's taken down at the 25. But before this drive, Kurt, these two teams in this quarter had averaged a touchdown every 1 minute and 15 seconds because there had been 5 touchdowns in 6 minutes and change. There was 1 minute and 15 seconds in between first downs and 10 to actually get a playoff right there.
You got to rest sometime. See, and you see it really didn't affect how the Knights did it. They just went deep to Kiff. His 3rd catch, I believe, on the afternoon.
Handoff to the right side, Reyes, and clock will run with 3:40.
Reyes' 4th carry on the night.
About a yard coming off the bottom of the stack for the
Second down and 9.
18-point differential. And I know that Ron Myers and the rest of his coaching staff, as do the Soquel Knights offense, feel that they can score in the air, on the ground at any point in time. They are a big play team, and they've shown it tonight. By the way, so have the Mariners.
Soquel back to pass, wheel route, wide open, left side of the end zone, touchdown to Reyes. The cornerback out there just sat, and that's the wheel route. You have a running back run around to the left side, and he's wide open. Touchdown, number 6 of the quarter, number 10 of the half. Shootout continues, 58-46.
That was a shot at Tanner Yardy, number 77. And that route is very effective. What happens there is if you're in a cover 3, that means you've got 3 guys back. You want to make sure that nobody is behind you. And in that case, Burr got burnt.
Here's their favorite 2-point conversion play. You pitch it to Hale. Hale runs it in.
The pitch to Fabiano Hale.
Fabiano Hale. Second extra points via the 2-point conversion. And Hale has 34 of the 48 points.
Because there's a little bit of a pump fake, enough to freeze everybody, but you can see the corner on that side. No help deep from the secondary coming over the top. Houston Roberts and Alan Burr got burned. That's going to be one of those times when you're in the film, you're going to go out to the bathroom.
So we got some more games for you coming up. Santa Cruz and the St. Francis Sharks. That game we played at Cabrillo College. If in case you're in the area, you want to come down and watch the game.
It'll be a fun game. I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be a lot on the ground and a lot of speed. Both clubs have some speed. Pajaro Valley versus Monte Vista Christian. They are in the NBA. It's going to be interesting to watch those two play. And my favorite one, I haven't missed it in years, and that's the volleyball championship.
And over to the far sidelines again, Fabiano Hale.
You think it's going to be an onside kick?
Yep, it's going to be the same one, and it is going to be the same result.
Well, one thing, see, the defense can come across the 50-yard line and get the ball before it crosses the 50-yard line. The offense, they can't touch it until it goes 10 yards. So you might as well see it and surround it and just flatten it by flopping on top of it. There it is. That's Burr.
Get out of the way.
The good hands crew right in there, takes it, brings it into his body and says, oh, this next 10 seconds is going to hurt with everybody landed on top of me.
So he talked about here at Trevin Dilfer Fields. Trent Dilfer gave so kindly to put this new scoreboard in. And hopefully the scoreboard won't blow up. The run up the middle from the 2. He gains 9 yards.
Well, I know one thing. Trent is got to be smiling if he looks on that scoreboard, sees the number of points that his alma mater, the Aptos Mariners, have lit that thing up with 58. Sees that wonderful scoreboard, this great, and he's just going to have a smile because Trent liked to put points on the board. He's a conservative quarterback in the style of offense that he ran in the NFL, but he could put it up when he was at Fresno State.
Here we go again. 25-10, 5, see ya. Another touchdown. McInerney, his second of the day. Why not score more? 64-48.
And McInerney sprints into the end zone for the Mariners touchdown.
McInerney, who's, as I said before, dad and uncle both played here, both good running backs. So he's just following right in their footsteps. Did a nice job, starts to get outside, sees that huge hole that the offense had opened up.
The kick is up, and it is good.
Pick is good. 65 points. And how about the day? We talked about other players on offense. How about the special teams day for Brooks Nicholson? He is perfect on points after touchdowns.
This is just great.
9 for 9.
Watch this. Here's that big hole. You can see the lineman looking inside, doing a great job. Yanovich, Big John, number 78, seals it back to the inside, gets through the gap, then looks to the inside, throws a big block, and watch 21 take advantage of it. There's that block, and there goes 21. credit to that offensive. Without those big 5 war horses up front, you don't have a running game, especially the quality of running game that you're seeing with the Aptos Mariners and the Soquel Knights. 65-48. I don't remember the last time I saw 113 points total on a scoreboard. Maybe not back in the Mouse Davis age with the run and shoot at Portland State, when they used to get in the 90s. That was before your time, Tim. I know that they've had a game against Cal Poly Pomona. I had graduated by that time. And I think they beat Cal Poly 93-7.
Did you play for Cal Poly?
I did, not football.
They could have used you.
No, yeah, then it would have been 193-7.
11 touchdowns in the second half between these two teams. I think that one was just miskicked.
Yeah. And the reaction to Big Ben Silva as he was backpedaling, and his eyes must have gotten as big around as a silver dollar. Was like, oh my God, it's coming to me.
Now, I know that the NCAA record for a regulation game, San Jose State, about 5 or 6 years ago, played Rice, and it was 70-63.
Yep, Hawaii's also been known to rack up the numbers in games that they've played.
In fact, I was at a game, my dad went to San Jose State, where Hawaii and San Jose State combined for, I believe, 10 or 9 touchdowns in a quarter, and that was an NCAA record, maybe 8. They're at 7 here. Soquel has time to score maybe 3 more the way this has been going. Pass is incomplete, intended for Widgets.
That ball thrown just a little bit short. And you want to get that ball out fast, you being the quarterback, in this case Cardoza, to Wiggett so he can catch it and turn to go upfield. And sometimes you're looking at your receiver, but out of the corner of your eye, here comes a defender, and you want to get that thing away, and you just bury the nose.
2:20 remaining. Clock once again stopped.
Wow.
Throw to the left side. Fabiano Hales on the move. 50-yard line. 45, 40. Still going. 30, 25, 20, 10. He's finally brought down.
The swing pass is complete to number 34, Fabiano
I don't
Hale.
even know.
Hale breaking tackles.
Hale
is finally taken down by number.
He's limping, but you know what? He's not going to come off. He's going to figure out how to stay in. How did he do that? Great speed, tremendous power, and poor tackling. Credit McInerney down there at about the 9-yard line to just throw in the saddle and the lasso and then hog tying him.
Is to the right side, and he's down at the 10-yard line. So many different players have scored touchdowns. Rojas has 2. McInerney has 2. Morgan, I think, is maybe even the player of the game. He has 3 touchdowns. 1 for 60 yards, 1 for 24, 1 for 36.
Official timeout.
We got an official's timeout. Equipment malfunction. Of course, if you're in Hollywood, that's referred to as a wardrobe. Little swing pass out there. You see a nice block that gets him around the corner.
This is what's so much here. There's about 3 guys around.
They try and hit him high. See, that's the problem right there. The first tackle that he missed, they tried to go for his ankles, and you take your eye off the ball carrier, you're in trouble.
You're not going to stop him. Hale into the end zone. 6th touchdown of the day for Fabiano Hale.
And Hale running the near side gets into the end zone for the 9th touchdown.
Well, I think, Kurt, not to get at all negative here, but we've seen good offense, but I think both these coaches, they'll tell anybody after this game, we've seen some poor tackling.
No, it's worse than that. You've seen horrific tackling. You've seen tackling that these guys, if you were to watch how they practice, you'd go, this is going to be a good tackling ball club. You watch them in this game, and a lot of it is the running back. It's hideous.
The kick is up, and it is.
Kick is good.
Good.
Hale with his 6th touchdown of the day, 65-55, just like they drew it up.
That's right. We're going to score 8 touchdowns in the 4th quarter between the 2 ball clubs.
And barring an onside kick times 2 going the way of Soquel, we see this touchdown again. from Hale.
Pitch over there. Watch this. Part of the reason the tackling, you see the blocks are always going to be unsecured. They just do not get in front of these big, strong running backs. And the other thing is you watch the running backs. They're very good. They use their shoulders. They dip inside. They've got great peripheral vision. They're not giving the tacklers a good, clean shot. But again, the tacklers are not coming up and delivering a blow when they get that opportunity to hit these running backs. And I say running backs plural because I look up at my sheet and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 guys have touched the ball running it between the two squads. Here's the scrum.
And they're just going to try to line it up the middle. Ball is loose in a diving attempt. Soquel just a little bit late there. Aptos will take it over.
Making the play number 26, Antonio Andrade.
It looked like Andrade was the one that came up and scooped that ball up. I think that time the Soquel Knights were going to try and kick it a little bit harder and have it ricochet off of one of the up Aptos Mariners, and it managed to find its way through everybody. I wonder if Aptos is going to try and score from their 30.
It's going to be a design run, maybe even a pass. Powell is going to be knocked out of bounds. That'll stop the clock.
That'll stop the clock. Zach Ledesma, great job from his corner position. Did not give up the outside, and of course the rest of the Soquel Knights defensive unit and Kiff, number 6, Kevin Kiff, kept working and working and working. So actually Powell could not turn the ball back up. He had to see if he could get the outside. Ledesma held his ground and tackled him out of bounds.
Split backs left. Time stopped with 1:16. And it is a handoff up the middle to the sophomore Sams. He is stopped at the first down marker. They're going to stop the clock with 1:10 remaining. All 3 timeouts are left for Soquel, but a point I was about to make before we got into the touchdown play was barring a very strange turn of events, Coach Blankenship, his team's going to win this game, but do you think he's going to be happy giving up 55 points?
No. In a word, no. He realizes that his offense can do this, and that's the great thing. He now knows that he can score with anybody. The problem is going to be when you get into CCS, those guys can play better defense than what so far he's seen on the season, and that's going to be the big thing, and that's what he knows he's got to improve on.
It's an inside handoff.
The handoff to
and the 2, who scored the last touchdown, is going to gain 8 yards.
7 yards.
Soquel will use a timeout with 41 seconds left, down by 10.
41.8.
You can always hope for that fumble, miss snap, for whatever reason.
And it's not like Soquel's having any trouble once they get the ball scoring
No,
quickly.
they've been able to march the ball right back down the field. It is going to be really interesting. Unfortunately, we won't get the stat sheet at the end of this game, but on Mondays, Santa Cruz Sentinel, when it comes up, to see the total number of yardage that all of these running backs have gotten, and as thinking Hale right off the top and everything else. But I mean, there's been a lot of yards on the deck. Matty Blankenship walking off. He's got a smile on his face, and it's a two-sided smile. He's thrilled that we scored 65 points. He's ticked that we gave up 55.
First down will end this game. Looks like he's just short, as it was up the middle to Jeremy Medina. He is short. Timeout used by Soquel. 31 seconds remaining. It's not over yet.
Nope. Soquel still gets that timeout. Now, pretty much what Coach Blankenship is going to go out, meet with that offensive group, talk to his quarterback and everybody else, saying, okay, gang, it's 3rd and 1. We've got 31 seconds. Pretty much, Tim, you can do the simple plays, quarterback keeper and a dive. Both are outstanding.
I think we'll see these triple option, though. The way
why
they've
not?
run it. I think so.
Do a triple option and see if you can get around the corner for a 52-yard touchdown. Or,
well, if Soquel needed a play on defense, this is it.
see, right now you're going to be tackling the ball. You're going to hopefully get the ball carrier too, but you're going to be trying to tackle the ball. Oh, there's the pitch.
Quick pitch right. It's a first down. He'll go down.
Pitch goes out to number 21.
And that'll do it. This game put on ice by Aaron McInerney.
For the Mariners.
That pitch, because I'm certain, like I was thinking, everybody else, that they're going to go up the middle, so you stack the middle, and you let the speed of McInerney on that pitch get out around the corner. Bill Bunner cranks that clock up.
And that's going to be it.
Nothing's going to have to happen.
Well,
they can stand there and get ready to shake hands.
We went for the first time this quarter, 1 minute and 40 seconds without a touchdown. There were 8 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. There were 12 touchdowns in the second half, and it all added up to a victory for the Aptos Mariners, 65-55. Aptos stays undefeated in the SCCAL, and on the other side, Soquel drops to 0-2. Aptos improves to 3-0.
Absolutely one of the funnest football games I have seen in a long, long time, especially from the offensive side of the ball. Great job offensively by both offensive lines, quarterbacks, running backs, just fabulous. And I'll tell you, Cardozo did a nice job just engineering these drives, tremendous passing. Got some nice downfield passes to Ledesma as well as to Kiff to keep drives alive. Hale obviously doing a fabulous job from his running back position. And it's just, credit to both of the offenses for being to execute so beautifully, just keeping the respective defensive off balance. And seeing these two squads shake hands after 48 minutes of literally nonstop slam bang in your face type of football. It was a lot of fun.
So we will be joined on the field in just a moment by our 2 players of the game. You have a game where you score 120 points. There's not one player of the game. There's 2 players of the game. And the first is Fabiano Hale, who scored 6 touchdowns. We'll go down to Kelsey on the fields. So the final score here was 65-55. We'll go down to the field. Fabiano Hale, a co-player of the game.
Hey, here with Fabiano Hale, we are talking 6 touchdowns, 1 shy of the county record. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty bummed on a loss, league loss right now, It's pretty difficult to have 6 touchdowns and be upset, but I'm pretty bummed right now. We should have got a win. They played great offense and defense, and it was hard to respond, and I have mixed feelings right now.
Best 2-4 team in the league. What you got to say?
I'd rather be 6-0.
Over to Dan.
Hi, we're here with Aaron McInerney, Tyler Morgan. Aaron, first 160 yards tonight. Good game. How does it feel put up so many points?
Sketchy win, but it feels great to win, so feels good.
Tyler, you got hurt a little bit there late in the game. 3 touchdowns tonight and over 100 yards. How'd it feel?
It felt amazing. Probably best game of my life. I feel awesome right now, even though I'm hurt.
What is that injury? Tell us.
I have whiplash, and I just really can't move my neck right now. So I'm probably going to be out for a couple days.
But you'll be back next week?
Definitely. Can't wait.
Next week, you guys are going up to SLV. Never easy to go into Felton and play. How do you feel about going into that game?
Going to take it to them. Yeah, going to beat them.
Awesome. Great win tonight, you guys. Thanks for talking to us. All right, we're going back up to Tim and Kurt in the booth right now.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel and Kelsey. The final score is 65-55. Aptos defeats Soquel in our CTV game of the week. Believe it or not, there are a lot of highlights from this game with 120 points. We'll see some of them coming up next on the Game of the Week on CTV Sports. Don't miss CTV Sports Sunday the 23rd as the Santa Cruz Cardinals travel to Cabrillo to take on the St. Francis Sharks.
I'm Bubba Trumbull. I'm the head football coach at Santa Cruz High School, and CTV Sports is my home team.
Gorgeous night here in Aptos, 65-55. The Aptos Mariners defeat Soquel on our CTV Game of the Week. We want to thank everybody that helped us put this together, including Cruz IO Internet, Santa Cruz County's largest independent internet service provider, offering high-speed wireless internet, a co-location data center, and flexible workspace with 10 gigabytes of fiber internet. Details online at cruzio.com. Santa Cruz Diner, where you'll always find great food at reasonable prices. Family owned and operated since 1998, Santa Cruz Diner is kid-friendly and offers a wide selection of traditional and vegan items. Their great staff and comfortable eating environment will make you feel right at home. Featured on the Food Channel, easy to find on Ocean Street in Santa Cruz, on the web at santacruzdiner.com. Great food priced right at the Santa Cruz Diner. All right, so we are here. Kurt kind of hiding a little bit here
I'm trying.
at Aptos High School. 120 points, including 12 touchdowns in the second half. I wrote them all down. Let's check them out.
Just
and
amazing.
It started up with, this was a lateral, believe us. We saw it a couple times.
It is a lateral to who else? Number 34, Fabiano Hale. And you saw Cordoza really got in trouble, and Hale just does the rest of it down the sidelines. Just what a way to start off here the third quarter, the start of the second half for the Soquel Knights.
So it was one of our 3 players of the game, Kyle Morgan. This is one of the reasons why.
He can scoot. We saw him go around the corner 3 times for a touchdown, this time diving in on a great one in celebration. And Brent, they want to celebrate.
Fabiano Hale scored, and this made the game the closest it would get the rest of the second half, 30-27.
Here comes Morgan again around the left side. Little peek back to see if anybody's there, and there goes the sprinter speed. And I'm telling you, Dan Gruber, your tracks team, you're going to celebrate that.
So that was the touchdown for Morgan, his 3rd of the game. And Hale was able to power it in.
And you know what? Hale was a workhorse all night long. But you know what? Everybody was a workhorse on this one, especially the quarterbacks. Powell going around the right side, showing a great burst of speed into the end zone.
That was with 8:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. So, that might have done it, 51-34. No,
yeah,
there are 5 more touchdowns.
There is. And one quarterback scores. Cordoza says, I want to score also. So he answers. And here come the Mariners to answer again.
And this score made it a 58-40 game. With about 3 minutes left. But guess what? That's not how this game ended.
No.
Reyes had a long touchdown, 58-48.
And, of course, busting up the middle, or actually off the right side, goes Aaron McInerney, and he scoops right on in. And last but not least, one of the better running backs we have here in the SCCAL, Fabiano Hale puts it in for the last touchdown on the night and the last score for the Soquel Knights.
And for Fabiano Hale, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. That was 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns. No wonder he was tired when he got interviewed by Kelsey Olson. He had to work.
All right, so 6 touchdowns from Fabiano Hale, not enough. Might see 6 touchdowns next time out from his counterpart at Santa Cruz.
That's right. We're going to go back and see Jonah Hodges. We saw him against Harvard. We're going to see him against St. Francis next week.
And talk about crazy scoring. We had 12 touchdowns in the second half, 8 in the fourth quarter. Last week, Hodges had 3 touchdowns, his first 3 touches of the ball.
Yeah, he's a fantastic running back. So it's going to be fun next week.
It was 120 points scored tonight, 65-55, including 12 touchdowns in the second half here at Aptos High School. The Mariners are victorious over Soquel. Great, as always, to work with you, Kurt. Thanking our whole staff here at CTV. I'm Tim Swartz saying we'll see you next time, next Sunday, same time, same place.